heard it's cold up there.
Say what you feel.
I don't feel nothing.
Yeah, we know that.
I hear he's got a pussy.
What kind of metal is that, though? It's underneath it, though. Because it's mercury, isn't it? Okay, yeah. You know why?
Buoyancy.
Yeah, well, like, there's something in the mercury that causes that, though, eh? It's like the Black Sea, bro.
Yeah, but it's saying anything that mass is greater than the mass of the mercury, and it's not sinking.
I know. I've seen that.
I know.
But I'm just trying to, like, think of a scientific theory about that.
You're not a scientist.
He pushes it all the way down, and it's still submerged.
But I think that has something to do, maybe, like, the mercury atoms are so fucking tight, they're like, no, Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I've
seen stuff on
That's
the
what
mercury.
Fran says.
That's my
Raise
scientific theory.
the motherfucking
mercury
roof.
is pushing the anvil up, and the atoms are like, it's too tight. It's too tight.
He doesn't know shit from his butt. Poo-poo.
Another Bill Nye over here.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Frosty Living.
Yes.
Good morning.
We've just made Scotty a permanent resident, so you're going to have to deal with it.
What is that new piece of equipment hanging up back there?
It's not a new piece of equipment. It's just to hold it's a light, actually, is what it is.
I did not think it was a light the way it was sitting up there. I was like, that is a piece of
Yeah, it looks
producing.
like sound control.
Yeah, that's producing tech right there.
That's the back of the light. That's why. It's got like one of those window fucking things that open up and whatnot. Yeah, so I was gonna say to you, bro, you can if you take one of those, that one, you can move it around to wherever you want, whichever comfortable for you.
Yeah, that's perfect. We're perfect.
Yeah, because you can always move it around too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. We are back with another episode.
Ooh, ooh.
How you guys doing today?
Good. A little
Very
tired.
first day of stay in your house lockdown, and we're out of our houses.
Yeah.
I feel like I broke the law just getting here today. It's crazy though. On my way out, like I saw more police in Belleville this morning than I've seen in.
I've seen more construction going on today than anything. I didn't see no cops.
It didn't really look that different.
Oh,
outside.
yo! I just realized.
I swear they're putting an oil pipeline in the res.
The picture.
Yeah.
Woo!
Did you put it up like that on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The bouginess.
Okay.
Going with the contour of your.
Because I was
bro.
like, that's gonna fall, boys.
Right in there.
I seen that now. Yeah. So sorry. More construction than cops.
Everyone's down, bro. Everyone's locked in their house. They're throwing a pipeline through.
I thought setting up all the 5G, making all the
They're
frogs
they're
gay.
doing shit. They're making moves right now, man. I'm getting my fishing shit ready for Saturday.
Yeah, so it was. I don't know. It was a different vibe out today. Like I felt different
I
just
didn't
because
notice it
I'm
down
hearing all these crazy things. Like I'm thinking, are they gonna stop cars? You know what I mean? Like what? Yeah, like what's really gonna go on with this new level of lockdown?
Yeah.
You know.
I heard they're allowed to stop. Like if it's out past now you're all right, but if it's like past 8 p.m. or earlier than 5 a.m.
Yeah, but you got to think about
They
that.
can pull you
He
over
said
and
we're
question
not putting you on curfew. We're just gonna put you on full house arrest.
Yeah.
Pretty
See,
much,
that's the part I don't.
Right?
They're allowed to question, do whatever you
He
want.
made
if you're
it
past
sound
some
like-
hours, right?
Doug Ford makes it sound like he's doing us a favor by not putting us on curfew. Well, in Quebec, can't they go out and chill during the day still? Or is it
In the day, yeah, but
Yeah.
at nighttime. I
And
think
here
the
we're not
only
allowed
line-
to do that now.
You got a dog? Take your pig out because your pig's had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're allowed
No,
to.
but listen to the point he's making,
I do.
because it's the fine print of it, right? We're not on curfew, but we're on a 24-hour lockdown.
Yeah, so those people
Yeah.
can still go out during the day, and they don't have to only go out for medical and.
It's not a 24-hour lockdown.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's-
we are.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, we're only allowed to leave our houses
It
right
did
now.
get more serious.
Yeah, they did last night at 12:01.
So are all the factories and shit closed down?
No.
Well, then you can still go to work and everything like
Yeah,
that, right?
some people, yeah, but what they're telling us is we're not allowed to leave
Well,
our
just
house
'cause-
unless it's a medical.
Yeah, but when
or
I first
groceries.
when I first read the big Doug Ford game show there, it was like, stay tuned next week for more details, right?
Mhm.
But it's like that every fucking week, it seems like. No, but it was like they were thinking about maybe closing down some more factories that weren't really closed down last time because of the rates or some shit going on
Well,
in
see,
there.
what they're doing now is they're going to close. They're going to keep Walmart and Costco open, but they're going to narrow the hours. So now rather than being open till 10, like my girlfriend usually goes at 10, 9:30, the last half hour gets everything done when no one's there. Well, now they're going to close that down and they're going to do from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. So now that those last couple hours that those people went out that wasn't so
It's gonna
busy,
drive more
it's
people.
exactly, it's just going to be way more congested.
Megs and I have always been late night shoppers, and you notice now because there's never you could go to fucking any place, a grocery store, anything at like 10:30, and there'd be like 3 people in the grocery store. Now you go and there's carts.
Yep.
People are in the lines.
Yep.
Like it's
That's the thing
people
about
are now going at random hours because of that, and yeah, you're gonna condense it, and more people are gonna come out.
it's like even in the morning, because I used to be the type who I'd go there and just wait till they open the doors and I'd scurry in first thing. And now it's like, yeah, now you're.
Oh yeah, it's those lineups when everything.
And everybody that's the first one there is like, look the fuck out. Like 6 feet back, bitch. Like I'm in. I'm not seeing anybody. There's a reason why I'm here when the doors aren't open. It's like, why are you going to Walmart? Order your groceries somewhere.
Well, now they're even canceling the bubble, right? Like last time, that's another thing that happened with this lockdown. Before you could have 5 people in your bubble, and now there's no bubble. Like if you don't live with that person, you should not be in contact with them.
Man, I really
But they're
appreciate.
also saying people with mental health issues are allowed to meet up with up to 4 other people. So it's like they're giving a lot of mixed messages,
Yeah.
and I think they're doing that because when the tickets all start coming out, they can say, "Well, we told you. Well, you told us this, and he told us this, and he told us this." You
It
know?
all kind of clues into this. So here's your ticket.
That's right. You know what I mean? So nothing's really clear and honest because they were saying you can leave for exercise, and some people are saying, "Well, you can go shoot
You can take
hoops
your dog
in
out
your
and
local
shit,
court,
right? So.
but we can't. We can go for exercise not 3 blocks away because that's not local to us, and we can be charged."
So wasn't that? Because I thought that was what we were we were in before. Is that not what we were in before?
Mhm.
Like, don't go do shit.
Yeah, and now they're
Unless you
trying to
have
do
to.
that again, but
So we weren't in a lockdown.
that's what I'm saying. It's so confusing. Up till we were in a
It is,
lockdown
it
because
is.
I haven't been able to tattoo for a month now.
Yeah.
And then before that, I was able to tattoo for 2 months and then not 3 or 4 months before that. So I totally understand. But I don't understand, like you said, what the specifications of each of them are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it's really great, and yeah, it's a tough thing. I don't pay attention. I think because I'm out here.
Yeah.
And I just.
I'm
that's why
right.
so
I'm right in the middle of
ignorant
Belleville,
to it.
right? And I just kind of
Dude,
like,
your whole life depicts like from what's going on with this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like my livelihood. There's no money being made. There's no.
You don't get to eat.
That's right. And my girl's off work.
Yeah.
My sister lives with us. I have a daughter.
Yeah.
There's no, you know.
Yeah.
So what am I gonna do? Sell all my fucking toys and start again? Fuck all that.
It's real shit.
Start a revolution.
What?
You're gonna have to fucking skin up that pork walking around the house, maybe.
What would I Google to bring up the newest?
Yeah, type in
newest
Doug Ford 24-hour restriction.
Fuck you, dog.
Yeah, just that video. Yeah. Who fucking said that? Who said that? I shared that yesterday. Shit made me laugh out loud.
Fuck, it was priceless.
What are the new rules for COVID in Ontario? So effective January 14th at 12:01.
Hey, and it's not even 12:01 yet, bro. So we got time.
No, AM. That was
Oh, fuck.
when,
So, like,
when
last
we passed over. Yeah,
Yeah.
the government.
Because that's what I said too. I was like, "Oh, it's tomorrow at midnight." My little sister's like, "Nah."
Well, there might have been a typo because when I said PM, so I figured it was noon. Like they let people do their shit. Maybe it was a typo. Maybe it was a typo. What do you declare as PM and AM, bro?
Can I read this?
Yeah, let's hear some.
it.
All right.
You tell me, can you?
Where the fuck?
This would be like, "Hey guys, may I read this quickly?"
Is this all of it?
Yeah, there's a ton. Just break it down
What
quickly.
the fuck? Quick facts. Well, that's why I'm like.
Oh, there's a quick facts section.
Oh yeah, and the quick facts is still 3 pages because they want no one to have a clear, decisive answer on what's going on.
Yeah, this
That's
is
the thing.
fucked up.
Even the quick facts are pages of drawn out nonsense. Pages.
So
You can leave your house. You can't leave your house. You can play with your dog. You don't touch your dog.
No long division during COVID.
Like, it's absolutely insane. And the thing that really boggles me is before,
where is that?
everybody was going to the big box stores because that was a convenient thing. Now they're telling you can't leave your house unless you're going to the big box stores because everything else is closed down. So unless you're going to Walmart or Costco or the grocery store, there's no local grocery stores here. There's no locally owned produce centers in Belleville, especially in the winter. So they're making it so you can only leave your house to go to said big box dealers. You can only go to Walmart. You can only go to Shoppers Drug Mart. You can only go to Giant Tiger.
I see one Home Hardware opened up a grocery section so they could stay open.
It's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah. I bet you a lot of places are going to start doing that.
And like we
I
did-
hope smaller businesses start doing that. Just throwing in a shelf full of canned chili and some shit. Oh, I got food. I'm essential.
Yeah.
You know, 12 packs of Mr. Noodle and a pack of chili.
Did you see the videos I shared of that guy that owns the personal training? Oh, you don't have Facebook. Did you see him?
No.
Well, there's a guy in Ottawa who owns a personal training gym, and the police and the inspectors wheel up, and they're like, "Hey, we're here to do an inspection." He's like, actually, I don't want to hire you guys for any type of service, and I don't need an inspection, like unless you guys have some paperwork." And they're like, "We don't need paperwork. This is the law." But he's actually, you're violating the Charter of Rights. You won't be entering my business. It goes on for minutes. They get all disgruntled. The cops are telling them they took an oath and blah, blah. That has nothing to do with it. Well, it does, because
100%.
the Charter of Rights circumvents any of this bullshit. And that's why when these tickets go out, even buddy at the place there, the Adamson barbecue or whatever, those tickets aren't going to stand. If this all gets over, and they take that to court when the courts are open, because that's what Buddy kept saying. He's like, "You're going to give me tickets, you want me to fight them, but the courts are closed. How am I going to fight them?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, the courts will be opened again." He's like, "And I'll have late payments and everything else by then, but I'm not paying these." And the thing was, he was a personal training gym, me and you, one-on-one. I don't have a gym license. I'm not, you know what I mean? And they're still coming to him because he's a personal one-on-one. That's legal. That's totally okay in the papers. But they still fine him and charge him, and they say, "We're going to wait out here, and every single person that comes out the door, we're going to give them a fine." So he films it, and the lady walks out. They don't fine her.
Yeah.
They walk her to her car, ask her why she doesn't have a mask. She's like, "I have a medical exemption." Like, "Okay, miss, have a good day." It's all fear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want to, "We're going to do this, we're going to do that." Buddy tells them, "It's $1 million fine now. We've given you an $880 fine. The next one's $1 million."
He's making up numbers.
$880
To $1 million.
Yeah.
You can see the video on my Facebook right now. It's absolutely insane.
Where
This is
is
a
this?
local guy in Ottawa. And this just happened, I don't know, a couple days ago.
It's fucking wild. So I found a little. So it says, effective Thursday, January 14th, 2021 at 12 a.m., the government is issuing a stay-at-home order requiring everyone to remain at home, with exceptions for permitted purposes or activities such as going to the grocery store or pharmacy, accessing healthcare services for exercise or for work, where the work cannot be done remotely.
So, but that's the thing right there. Stop right there for 1 second. So I'm going to need some details on exercise because we can't skateboard in Belleville. We go to Kingston and skate the underground where it's warm. Is that, it's already illegal, but is it more illegal for us to go there because it's out of our neck of the woods now?
Oh, definitely.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's
I
mind
don't think it's as bad because you're from Belleville, but like I think they're trying to like people from the big areas. Does it get pretty busy in the underground? Like a lot of people skate down there?
It depends. We've been down there with 10 people, but it's never really busy.
Yeah.
It's a vast
So I wonder
area.
if
it's really big.
I even wonder, like, say if there's a lot of people, I could see maybe them pulling down there.
That's
But
right.
if there's not, then
You
it's
just
like,
go around the corner or whatever.
Yeah.
If there's lots of people, you don't want to really be around.
bring a
people.
blanket and just throw it over you.
Yeah. Garbage bag. Just look like
Yeah.
your garbage in the corner.
Cop walks by, fucking litter, boom.
Yeah, boots it.
Yeah, it's still crazy because it's so vague still.
That's what I'm
right?
saying, bro. That's what they want.
Finish her off here.
If they,
No, that's it. That's
That was it.
if it's vague
Yeah,
like that,
really.
then they can give the tickets on print near anything, and tell you take it up because that's what Buddy kept saying. Well, you're gonna give me this ticket even though you know
From
that my business is allowed to be open. He's like, take it up with the court. He's like, you know the courts are closed, and that's why you're doing this.
what I'm picking up from this, it's kind of chill to go skating, but I feel like it's just one of them things like avoid a big group.
Yeah.
If you're with you and your boys.
no, it's not what it says.
That's what I'm getting. No.
No, man, because it's saying like you
because
gotta be.
skating is not. They're not going to classify skateboarding as exercise.
No, that's a
bro.
hobby.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just out kicking it with your boys.
Now, if you skate, if you go out in some fucking, you'd have to wear like spandex.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
we went to the underground last week, and there was some dude in like fucking ball shorts,
aerobics wear. You
like
have
straight
to.
up ball
Yeah.
shorts, and like fucking socks up to his knees,
Yeah.
like looked like an '80s rollerblader.
You'd have to though, and then they come out like, "What are you doing?" I'm exercising.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you mean you're exercising?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, look at the dude riding his bike down the road.
Yeah.
Why don't you pull him over?
Yeah.
Well, he's exercising. Why? Because he's got the sweet suit.
Yeah.
Now I got a sweet suit. Does
That's
that mean
right.
I'm
Yeah,
exercising?
I got the gear.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's so vague. Like,
It's just so crazy that
the government is issuing. Listen to this.
Okay.
The government is issuing a stay-at-home order.
That's right.
So
Now, before you know it, they're gonna have military rolling the fucking streets of Toronto and Peel and all those regions, making sure people are in their houses.
requiring everyone to remain at home with exceptions for permitted purposes or activities, such as going to the grocery store or pharmacy,
Big box.
accessing healthcare services, for work or for where the work cannot be done remotely. But this is what
gathering natural remedies. What are you doing out here? You're not supposed to be out. I'm gathering natural remedies from the woods. You know, whatever.
I don't understand how they group like exercise or work in the same thing. Like, how is that the same shit? Like, if I exercise, I need to eat. If I can't go to work and I can't pay for food, why the fuck you allowing me to exercise? You should be telling me to fucking, like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole message is just fucked up. Like,
I just gonna, you just wing it. I guess that's probably what they want you to do, and then that's exactly what you say though. They want.
But it
you know,
says
they
this
want it, so
this
it's unclear.
order
The
and
cops
other
are just like that's not right. You know, they have that fucking decision power.
This order and other new and existing public health restrictions are aimed at limiting people's mobility and reducing the number of daily contacts with those outside an immediate household.
But they also said that it's a 0.01% chance that you contract it in a small business or outside daily. That and then what Cuomo or whatever that guy's saying, he's saying everybody's catching it in their houses. Yeah, because you're letting essential workers go to factories and then come home to their families who have done fuck all and aren't bleaching their whole bodies all day.
Yeah.
So even if it's real and it's on your clothes or in your lungs or whatever, you're bringing it right home to your family. So, duh.
Yeah.
Give your head a shake.
Yeah.
But this has been the plan all along. What they're going to do is they're going to keep everybody in their house. Right now, even I'm experiencing the hurt. You know what I mean? Before, if they'd have told me last year, hey, we're going to give you $2,000 a month, I'd be like, fuck you guys, I make that every 3 days. Yeah. Now, please give me that $2K. Like, bro, for real, I'm to that point.
Yeah.
You know, like I need that loot soon.
Yeah.
I can't, and with this lockdown, what am I going to do? Like, risk my business, risk my family, risk all this stuff for a couple $100?
You lose it with one ticket.
That's right. You know? So it's worrisome.
Yeah.
It's worrisome, bro.
It's fucked up.
And I think about the people that have already been through this for months and months and don't have, like
already.
Yeah. Like, I've had some savings. I sold my sled a little bit ago. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
You know, but there's people out there that don't have that.
Yes.
And, like, that literally are fucking...
They've been living paycheck
They're on the bottom when
paycheck
COVID
way
first started,
before.
right?
Well, the thing is a lot of people I know, just from the way I grew up, when I talk to my friends, I'm like, fuck, bro, what's going on? Like, you're doing all right. I went back to my old ways.
Yeah.
Everybody's out there hustling. You
Oh,
want to
fuck
see
yeah.
the epidemic of
People
people
are
that are
hustling.
going to start dying now?
You can see it.
They're not hustling weed.
Yeah.
Tell you fucking what.
Yeah.
You know? And it's back. Like, it's back.
Yeah.
People that had good-ass jobs and were making all this money got nothing.
Yeah.
They're risking it driving around with packs full of fucking, you know?
Well, it's like I said, dude, people need to eat.
That's right. And
You can't, like...
that's right. And it's only going to be so long before fucking...
Like, I don't even understand how the fucking government thinks that, like, a lockdown...
They don't. What they're doing is they're taking little tiny bits by little tiny bits until we have absolutely nothing left. Because you know what I mean?
Down
What you said before made a lot of sense when I was just thinking about it. You said, well, what's different about this lockdown? Weren't we locked down before? No, we weren't. But if he'd had launched that, you're locked in your house 24 hours a day 9 months ago, people would have been like, fuck you. But now that they've had...
They're accustomed to it.
That's right. Now that we've been weaned on to being sheep and fucking stuck in our houses anyway, not having money, not having anything, it's easier to accept. And in the summer, if you'd have tried this in the summer, you saw the beaches, you saw the parties. People don't mind being in their houses right now with
People
their families.
still had savings and all
That's
that.
right.
Like, now it's kind of like
That's right. It's
we need the money.
cold.
What can we do? We don't
Well,
want
no,
to be
but it's
outside,
even like
right?
you said, it's fucking. You're not gonna keep someone inside and it's hot.
Nope.
No,
You're not
say
going to
it's
keep
winter,
a family
right?
inside when
And like you say,
they look on the news or they look everywhere else and everybody else is riding bikes and enjoying and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. It's just not going to happen.
No, and like even the fact of like you slam some of these families in some of these apartments and like fucking how hot it is and
Yeah.
like however it is, they have to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
these are the dark months too before lockdown.
That's right. This is the seasonal. This is sad. This is the seasonal depression months.
Yeah.
Before
This is when people are already, and now you're putting extra restriction and extra stress on them. What do you think that does? They're saying they're not talking about anything either.
No, that's the fuck.
They're not talking about the suicides. They're not talking about the
Nothing.
spousal abuse rates. You hear it through like Facebook, and then it's like just another blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But there's people out there like coming home and there's no booze.
Yeah.
They're gonna fucking do what needs to be done around that house. It's a shitty lifestyle, but people live that way. You know what I mean? Coming home and there's no drugs because who knows what's going on. You're not working, she's not working. The kids, you know, that's a shitty fucking life. I grew up that way.
Well, even like even fucking and dude, even having your kids not being able to like send your kids to school, and now you have to like
Teach them. You're
You-
literally sitting over
Right.
them because the teacher's like, do you have a mom there? Or a
Right.
dad that can help?
right,
And it's like, what if you don't?
yeah,
Like easy, my daughter has a kid in her class that just came here from Syria.
Yeah.
Her name's Norhan. She literally just sits there like this. Because she doesn't understand English and they don't have Google Translate set up.
yeah.
The poor kid literally sits there for 8 hours a day.
Listens to
Listen to blah, 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 to her because she doesn't understand any of that.
Yeah.
She's 7.
Yeah.
She literally just
Yeah,
came from her country due to, you know,
It's so fucked, eh?
and they'll ask like the whole class a question, then they'll Google Translate. But when you Google Translate, they're asking it, hey Norhan, can you tell me? No, you got to break it down in words, like so that it breaks down those words to understand. Because that poor girl doesn't understand. She says, sure, maybe, nope. After 8 hours, you get a one-word response from a kid, like that poor kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like if I was still making that tattoo money, I'd buy that kid one of those little translators that goes in your ear.
Yeah.
So it was like, beep, 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 beep. She was, you know, I feel that bad for that
when they're
kid.
translating on Google too, what they say in English might be so
Ah,
broken.
totally
and
different.
That, no, that's
Fly
you know
high
that's
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She's like,
You ever ordered anything from? Like,
Try being 7.
how my teacher know English?
Yeah.
You teaching me?
Yeah, try.
I
being-
can't even like half the time when I'm ordering stuff from like dealing with people from China and stuff. The English is so broken that I got to get Megan to like decipher the fucking messages.
Oh, you
because
know that
I'm
shit.
like reading it and I'm like, fuck, is that what they're saying? Like Mag, like double check with Mags because it's like,
How does metal have to do
and
with
these are
anything I'm
adults.
saying?
These
Yeah.
are adults, and these are like intelligent motherfuckers with
Yeah.
where they are.
Yeah.
Like they're not
Google
like
Translate doesn't. It's not made
I
perfectly.
feel like English language is so specific, but other languages actually are so like we're specific
No,
in the
it's-
one word sense. And
No,
they're like,
we're not
no, it's
specific
not.
at all.
It makes
Well,
no.
that's what I mean.
It's
Like,
like
yeah, I guess I worded
French
that
is
wrong.
way more
But I just
specific.
mean like say like their words are longer. Like say they have a longer word, but incorporates so I guess
Most-
so much more.
most
Than
But
like,
you got to think
languages-
about French. French has a passive.
well, they're masculine and feminine.
That's exactly it.
So they have like
Ills
right
and
off-
Ls.
right off the bat. It's like there's shit you say for men, and there's shit you're not men, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know what I
a
mean?
masculine form and a feminine
Yeah.
form.
well, that's I
Where
said
we
it
don't
wrong.
do
But I was
that.
trying to say
No.
that because you can hold up like one word can hold up so much things
And
in other languages.
French and shit, like French, we like describe shit. We have like adjectives and verbs and pronoun, like things that describe stuff before we say it. Where in like French, it's like the cat is big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're here, we'd be like, holy fucking shit, that
Well, that's
cat
what
is
I'm-
huge.
that's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying with
mean?
the
Like,
other languages,
try and
though.
break that
Yeah.
into where there it's like they have slang, but it's not as crazy as our slang. Like our fucking slang, like if you tried to the way we sit and have a communication in this room, if you tried to put that in Google Translate, well, even
Oh,
look
God,
at
yeah.
captions.
Yeah.
I say the F word so much, it's like every other fucking, you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like, no, there's no words coming up, or I'm saying words and it's saying other words that aren't even the words I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, because it's, yeah, the English language is whack. Very, very, very
So
whack.
back down on this lockdown shit. We got off.
No, well, it's the kid, right? That's
Oh yeah, no, that's what we got on. I was wondering how we got to language there for a second. I was like,
We're
fuck,
talking
we're on
about the kids.
language,
No,
yeah.
we're talking about the kids.
But
That TMTK is fucking resonating pretty heavy. With
It
you.
is resonating.
I know. I was sitting there for.
I'm still looking at that sound, the light there, thinking like, oh, that'd be a cool soundboard.
Fuck me.
I don't know, man. It seems kind of weird for me because we're out here and I'm not paying as much attention. I don't think
Very
as I
true.
should.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like.
Yeah, when I said it to you last night at the shop, you were like, "What?
Yeah,
Another one?
Yeah.
What?" And I was like,
And
"Are you fucking living under a rock, bro?" Like,
it's all over.
I am.
everywhere
oh
on
my
the radio.
god, yeah.
Oh, makes it
everywhere.
announcing. Turn on Sirius. Let's get some hip hop going.
No,
Fuck
and that's like, to be honest, dude, I'm so,
But it's better that way, honestly.
It is.
Because I used to be that way,
I'm like,
but now that I'm a dad, oh my fucking god,
That's the
I
hardest.
gotta be like
hip.
on it.
Yeah, you gotta.
You
be
know
hip.
what I mean?
You gotta be hip. To
Like
it,
with
bro.
you could just sit back in the woods and sell weed and everything would be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just passes by. We're out on the res, things are different.
Yeah.
When you're in town and blah blah blah,
Or you're,
it fucking
with kids in
sucks.
school, and then you gotta like that's scary.
Well, even the mask thing, I'm so
Stressful.
ignorant to like how bad people are suffering who have to fucking wear these things, dude. Because like, I complain and I gotta put it on from when I get out of the car to go in to get what
Yeah.
I like milk or, and then come back out, and I'm like, oh, that mask sucks.
There's people that work 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts.
As soon as I go in and I
Oh,
see
man.
the attendant, like, or the cashier, whatever, wearing that mask, my mind flips real quick because I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You've been wearing this shit for 5 seconds. Like, look at this
This
poor
bitch
bastard.
is 10
again-
hours, yeah.
Yeah.
I go mine in the stores, it's like, if I had to wear mine for 8 hours, I'd look like a teenage
Well, you
boy.
see all the
I wear it
girls-
for 10 minutes, and I'm already starting to get acne.
That's
from
what
it
I was
and shit.
just about to say. Some of the girls I tattoo, they say that their cheeks are all broken out.
Yep.
You
It's
know
like
what I
oily
mean?
skin, so when I do
You're
that,
just breathing the hot
yeah.
moisture on your
Yeah.
face all day.
Yeah, just straight condom
Yeah.
fucking
and it
station.
feels so you can feel it in your skin because your skin gets like
Damp,
sticky and
yeah.
damp. It's like, what the fuck?
And from smoking bongs too and having a mustache, I notice before I go anywhere, I have to wash my mustache and brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Because you go out and you breathe once in the mask, you're like, what the fuck is that?
I took a dry toe.
Oh my
The way that
god!
Riley's been thinking for the past fucking 10 years.
Yeah!
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
emergency. Stay in your house.
Fuck
Stay
up my
home. Fact
camera.
order. Only leave your house for essential purposes such as food, healthcare,
not fuck
exercise,
We
or
can get an
work.
earthquake and not even
It
get
is
that.
the law. You stay at home and stay safe. It's the law.
That was bullshit.
They don't care about us.
That's bullshit. Not fuck you guys, but fucking that. And they on this one too. Bullshit.
They don't care about us. They're trying to make this sound like it's for us. Give me a break.
That's ridiculous that just happened. Listen to me, I'm like such a bitch, but seriously, dude, that was fucked.
It is.
We were in it,
Bro.
to win it on that.
Yeah, I shared the coolest post today. It says,
You-
the forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe. For the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because his handle was made of wood, he was one of them.
Hmm.
That's a deep pose.
Just take it how you want it.
That's pretty.
Let
that's
it
pretty
sink
sick,
in,
bro. I
right?
like that. Yeah.
And it's just got a picture of just a cut down forest with an axe in the middle. You know, it's all about perspective. You could
Yeah.
take that into life. You could take that into elections. You could take that into
Everything.
Exactly, anything you wanted. So,
That's good.
but it's pretty funny that we're out here talking about lockdown. Did it say it is the law on your quick vibe? Because I didn't hear that. Like, I know it. They put a stay in place order on, but I didn't know it was the law. Like,
Well, sorry. What?
Okay.
like on that emergency act, it just said it is the law that you stay at home.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even read it. I just hit.
Yeah,
the
no, yeah, that's exactly what it said. It is the law that you stay at home. Like, why are they saying that's supposed to be for friggin' kids going
It
missing?
makes me mad.
Yeah, they're abusing their privilege for missing
Yeah,
children.
you fucked up our podcast.
Some
for-
people,
Fucking nothing.
but you got to think there's people out there that literally, oh my god, another missing child.
Thank
Then they
God
were like,
somebody-
we
like,
know,
you
we saw the
people
news.
got that, and they're like, I gotta get the fuck home.
Yeah, you just created a whole bunch of speeding.
I thought there was something serious going on, like a child, like
Yeah,
this thing, or
yeah,
like
exactly.
some earthquake.
And you got to think about this too. Every time he announces one of those things, the mass buying that people go out and do, and they're like, "Oh, it's another lockdown." Walmart is lined up around the corners.
Yeah.
Then people
the
start to
shelves,
wear
we're
off over
sending
the
out
next
a
3
message.
weeks, and he's like, "Another lockdown, 28 more days." They line up again. You know what I mean?
The fucked up part is we won't like. Yeah, I don't know.
They just line them up. They're like, okay, 28 days, the buying's starting to go down about. Let's get them back in there. Let's get them back in there. Like, frig, man, it's insane. Do you know how many Amazon days there's been since we've been fucking locked up? Too many. Too
I was
many.
low on groceries.
40% off
I was
this.
low on groceries before this. Not really, but like store bought.
And the other thing that really boggles me is
I'm so baked as shit.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
dude.
People are trying to tell us to shop locally, like Home Depot, blah, blah, blah. Or not Home Depot, sorry, but Home Hardware and those places and do curbside. We tried to do curbside last week. Like I said, they brought me out telephone cord to fix my tattoo machine.
Man, doesn't that piss you off? Because you're sitting in the
But
cold
if you
out
get it
there.
from Amazon, that doesn't happen.
No.
Right? So they're like, the little guys need to step their game up if they want to compete.
I went to
You can't be giving us the wrong shit when we do curbside pickup and then expecting us to buy locally owned. We're getting fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And when we buy from those guys, they're quality controlling it, they're checking it, they're picking it. They're not sending us wrong things. And if they do, they give us a fucking refund. You keep the product.
Yeah.
Keep it. Here's your refund.
Yeah.
They got so much money. Local places, you're ordering stuff like that and they're fucking us. Literally, we spent $40 and the only thing we needed out of the order, everything was wrong except the little thing of solder that was $8. Mm-hmm. We spent $40 on stuff we didn't need.
Yeah.
So you think I'm going to do curbside pickup again? Probably fucking not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
and
sit
then-
out there and you're talking to people because, like, I was at CT in the lineup, so I'm sitting outside where, like, with old people waiting in line first thing in the fucking morning. And you get the guy going, you're sitting out there, and it was cold. And it was like 15, 20 minutes, and everybody left. Everybody, like, got their order done. And the kid didn't even have what I was looking for. He's like, I couldn't find it, bud, but I got you a light. I'm like, does it take double A's? He's like, yeah. And I read it, and it's like, it says D batteries, bro. And it was like, you know, like,
Yeah.
you stay, like, fuck, it sucks. Because you're sitting out in the cold, you're standing outside, and you're still talking to people. It's not like you're avoiding people. There's still people passing through, walking by you, going in the line, picking their shit up while this kid's fucking around somewhere in the store. Talking to all these old guys. Just fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Because even like I ordered some shit the other day, and then we needed it, and we ordered it the night before. Didn't hear back from them. Went to town the next day. I was like, "Fuck it, let's just wheel over there, and I'll call and see if there's fucking someone there."
Fabric Land.
Got my order. Yeah, I was trying not to throw you under the bus, you cunts.
Oh, do it. Now's the time.
This guy's a Fabric Land maniac. If he says he's in town, he's at Fabric Land or Best Buy.
You support Fabric Land enough, or you can say that.
Well,
He's either buying tech gear or friggin' new sweater swag.
no, but it's fucked, bro. Like, it's fucked up, man.
I know.
When you order something and you live 10 minutes from there, and then you can't get it for 4 days, and Amazon can prime it
That's
to you
right.
in 2.
And they want us to shop
How
locally
the
owned.
fuck are we gonna not go to Amazon?
It's customer service, that's the hard part. Like, with all this shit going on, customer service has deteriorated in some of these places so fucking bad. And you'll be sitting in the window and you're watching everybody, which is the worst part, because you can see them all in the front of the store. Like, you think they're running around like little elves, but no.
Do you think it's like the whole minimum wage? So like when you work, like a lot of those jobs are like the minimum wage jobs.
I do,
right?
I do think, yes.
So it's like people,
I think it's a bit of everything. I
people
think
just
it's a
don't
bit of
give a
that.
fuck
Yeah,
anymore, right?
I think it's a bit of that, and then I do think it's that shitty, obviously a
Well,
shitty work mentality.
And then look at
I think with the older people, it defers that a lot on, and a lot of younger people that need it, but like, because there's always kids you go in the store even before the shit that do there didn't take shit seriously, right? So I feel like it's some of that too, right?
yeah, but
Doing whippets in the back.
You know
Yeah,
that, bro.
yeah,
Now's
yeah.
their time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a weird, because then like they go, be like how many people made more money here? This is what I'm trying to say. How many people made more money when we first went into lockdown and they got served than they did when they were at their jobs?
Everybody.
Like I heard a lot of people like, oh, I got more money from serve than I make fucking at my job.
Well, you got to think they make $800 every 2 weeks grinding their balls off, or they make $2,000 a month doing fuck all.
Right?
But now there's no CERB and the EI is so hard
No,
to get.
I don't mean it like that. Now it's a reality check,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now the reality's setting in. But I mean, in the beginning, this is why we're seeing. I feel like what we're seeing is progressively getting worse, is because of that right there. That whole concept.
Well, imagine
like,
if
people
everybody
hated their jobs when they worked minimum wage in the first place.
Yep, good call. And then when they
Then you-
realized it was just that easy to get free money, they hated it even more.
Now you make them stay home.
Yeah.
Now when they go back to work, they
That's
gotta
what's-
wear masks.
Yeah.
They gotta do all these fucking
Yeah.
different things, and no one's getting paid any more money.
Nope.
Like even at the hospital, Max works there. They were like people were getting paid danger pay with
Mhm.
COVID, but it was like an extra 50 cents or $1 an hour or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like
It's almost just kicking the nuts.
It
It's like by
is.
the end of it, it's taken in taxes. You know what I mean? It's just
It
one of those
is.
pointless
It's
things
like-
where it's like, oh, that's cool. Oh,
Extra tax
if
bracket,
you want
that's
people,
gone.
like
Yeah.
if you want people on the front line to fight a virus, you gotta like give them some fucking
Treat 'em right.
incentive,
Yeah.
bro.
Treat
You
'em
know what I
right.
mean? Like, it's just this whole whatever we're facing right now is really fucking. It's a weird. It should be a fucking eye opener for people.
It's a divide.
It should.
They're
well,
just dividing us further and further.
I know, but people shouldn't be looking at it like that. People should be looking at it as the opposite. They should be looking at like,
We're the lower, they're the upper. We need to bond together.
yeah,
But it's I'm essential. You're not.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had
it's
a
one of them
cool.
times though now where it's like, fuck, if any time than ever, it's been more important like to help your neighbor and shit, right? Like, you know.
I had a really cool analogy on this is just a different kind of theory, but the concept of like, so our health, we know like the healthcare systems are shit. We know that here. Free healthcare is it's bullshit, right? You basically, yeah, it's free, but we die. So you know what I mean? They don't give a fuck. They just push you on and give you some shit, like
Yeah,
You're on to the
you're
butcher.
better
You're on a
off.
list.
You're better off to have privatized healthcare
You're better-
personally in Canada.
you're better off to go over.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what people do.
Yeah,
They go to other
100%.
countries.
Bro,
and blah, blah, blah.
Mag's fucking. This is like off chant to I'll go back, but Mag's. I don't know if it's her cousin or aunt or something somehow, but she had MS like setting in really bad like 10, 12 years ago. Went down to Mexico, got a needle, and they cleared it. So
Wow.
she paid like $12,000, and they literally cleared her fucking MS with a fucking shot, dude.
Wow.
Like crazy shit.
Well, I saw one that I grew up with asthma really bad too, and I've seen them where like a puffer in the States is $280. The lady flew to New Mexico and got a whole case of puffers for $2 a piece
Yeah.
because they mark them up, just like the EpiPens,
Yeah.
just like the.
Oh, it's a fucking.
That's
it's an
the-
industry.
And then
for
they
sure.
want to let these same people give us this free shot.
Yeah.
They're marking up puffers that we need to live
Yeah.
and marking up EpiPens that we need to live, but this free shot. How does that make any sense to you? It's all about money, but all of a sudden this free shot just comes around. You know what I mean? But I guess it's not free because I heard like people in the States that don't have healthcare, it costs like upwards of $1,200
Oh, for
to
sure.
get vaccinated.
In the States, yeah,
Like-
I could see that.
For them to walk up and bloop,
Yeah.
put a Band-Aid on you. $1,200. Pretty crazy.
But it's like, look at how long they shut them down for. It was like twice or three times the length that we were all shut down for. And they turned around and gave them $600.
Yeah. But then again, other places there, like Florida right now, they're open. Florida is open.
Yeah,
their
Florida's been
governors, like people are taking businesses from New York and
Actually, I
opening
did hear
two
that. I did
in
hear
Florida
that. I did
because
hear that.
Florida's open and flourishing.
And Texas is doing good.
That's right.
But you know what's going to happen?
BC's doing fine right now. They
Yeah,
don't have
BC is
this
doing good.
lockdown, schmockdown stuff.
But you know what? It's just funny you said that because I was watching Joe a couple days ago, and he said that everybody's pissed at me in Texas because I keep talking about it so much on the show.
Mhm.
And he's like, they're telling me to fuck off, and they don't want people coming here.
Yeah.
He's like, but I don't give a fuck. It's too fucking nice
Yeah.
out here. You know what I mean? Kind of deal. But it's the same where we are. Like, so Mag's Uncle Frank there. Fuck, I don't know why my brain went so fucking blank. The guy that just broke his back.
Okay.
Yeah. So he just built a house on the res, but they have another house in Belleville that they lived in forever.
Frank sees that, I'm sorry.
Well, it's not like he doesn't know, right?
Yeah.
So they just put the house up for sale in Belleville. It literally, dude, didn't even get anywhere. It didn't even get they got the real estate agent. It got put I don't know what they call it when they
Yeah, just put to market.
Put
They
to
didn't
market
even
or whatever.
put it online.
It went to market instantly. Had 11 offers,
Yeah.
and they all from Toronto, and they paid double what they wanted for it.
Yeah.
They only wanted like $280 or
They were
some shit,
telling-
and they paid over $500,000 for this
Yeah,
house.
one of the
and they
girls I
closed,
tattoo was
bro, they
saying that.
closed it within fucking like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, because people want the fuck out right now.
Mhm.
and there's nowhere to go. Nothing to buy, and motherfuckers are paying to get the fuck out.
Don't the old man
Like,
do that?
It's
Well,
gonna
too,
get wild.
they
Buying
sell their
yours.
house that
It's
they
gonna get
got
wild.
20 years ago for 400,000 up there for 3 million.
It's true.
Then come down here and pay 500,000 for a house that's worth
Yep.
3 million there now.
Yep. But it's gonna change, right? Because we're gonna go through this.
Now our market's going to be fucked because they're all coming here to buy this, and
Yeah.
then we'll have nowhere to.
Because that's what they were going on about that with LA with all the homeless.
Mhm.
Because the homeless is like so fucking bad in LA that they're like another 2 or 3 years if the LA like the governor doesn't clean this up, they're like there'll be no one living here.
Mhm.
Like LA will not be what it was, and it'll be fucking run down in like a drug fucking haven for like 10
Looking like
years.
something to follow.
For like 10 years, he's like, and then someone will come, some hipster fucking kids will come in and like clean it up like they did fucking 20, 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
He's like, but the same thing's gonna happen. But it's wild. My theory back to the hospital shit was, I have this weird viewpoint on it, but it's like, our generation, right? Like, with COVID, it's not affecting us. And we know that, and whatever. But it wipes the old people out, which is a lot of like. So the country right now is in this, I'd say, almost getting to like a half and half kind of thing. Like we were booming, like baby boomers, like
Mhm.
old motherfuckers for like a long time.
10 years
right?
ago, yeah.
You know what I mean? But now we're getting to a point where we're coming into that.
And that's
that
why
next gen.
Yeah.
You know.
I heard Doug Ford say that we don't have enough beds for the old people. And now all of a sudden,
That's my theory.
who are we killing off?
That's my theory.
They're sending infected people into old folks' homes and then blaming it on us for not being cautious about our grandparents.
Yeah.
The guilt
Yeah.
is what it is.
And they know that if like this whatever comes in and wipes everybody out and they can't take care of our grandparents, how the fuck are we gonna follow them into anything?
Hmm.
They've already lost, like our gen is already on the cusp of like
It's
it's done.
Yeah.
Like politics I don't feel like is gonna be another
Well,
be
did you? If
something-
you saw that live video of Doug Ford's thing the other day, like there was, I don't know, I watched 11 minutes of it, and I'll bet you I read 700 comments saying, "Fuck you, you liar! You're a
fucking
liar!"
bald piece of
And I
fat
saw like
shit.
4, 5 people that were like, "Thank you for saving us, Doug." Okay, sheeple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At this point, man, it's like this, okay? I would sooner be able to like go to a spot and make some bread to be able to fucking eat, even if I can't taste it.
Mhm.
I don't give. You know what I mean? Like you hear the symptoms of this sickness, and you're like, so what? You can't taste shit for 3 months.
3 days.
Woo! Well,
Yeah.
the severity of it
Yeah.
is like 3 months or
Yeah.
some shit. You know what I mean? But it's like,
Yeah.
and now they're like throwing these random things out where it's like, well, this guy had a fucking, his liver died from it. And this guy's this died from it. And all this fucked up shit.
That's
where
the
you're-
crazy part too about it. Is like how many people though, you know, say if they do get it, whatever.
It
Like,
could
they
be
can't
just-
taste nothing, but how many of them have no fucking food because of all the shit prior and lockdowns and not being able to do nothing?
That's what
Or
I'm
they
saying.
have
No, that's my
nothing, you know?
point.
They're doing that now. That's what's going to start happening. There's going to start being food shortages.
I will guarantee.
Like you say, you're at home, like say
Mark
sore
my
throat,
words.
whatever the fucking symptoms may be, but it's like you have no food, you have nothing to nutrients to intake. It's like,
You're just gonna get sicker.
of course, right?
Go out and exercise.
Well, that's like
It sucks.
yeah, that's a cool little thing you said that.
Sounds like a concentration camp right there.
Because
in
that's
your
like
house.
why Mags hates working at the hospital. Is because the food, the whole concept of like our hospitals is fucking bad.
Remember we used to get pissed? Not pissed, but like people come in trying to, with edibles, they trying to fucking medicate a
Yeah.
problem, and it's like you're medicating with, you can't eat a brownie every fucking day to hurt, you know.
Well, and it's the same
You
thing.
might
with-
help your knee, but you're going to be diabetic.
like old people, right? So old people will come into the hospital and then they bitch about them being there too long. But it's like when you're old, you need like say in a
Certain
day-
proteins, vitamins.
well, you need way more.
Yeah,
because
and they're giving them
nothing. They're
That's
eating
right.
fucking processed
microwaved
bullshit.
vegetables
Yeah.
and fucking a
Yeah.
beef patty.
Yeah.
They're calling
So how do you
meatloaf.
expect people
Anybody
to,
to get better?
rejuvenate and get the fuck
But
out
that's the thing. You
when
got to
need
think
it
about
healthy?
this. Our healthcare is not meant to heal you. It's meant to prescribe you and keep you along as they can. It's not.
So they
That's
can
why
get-
it.
pull more
That's
money from
right.
you.
That's what we live in is not a healing system. It's a like perpetual dragged out system of death. If we lived in a healing system, they wouldn't make any money off us. Everyone's heard that. You don't make any money off healthy people. You know what I mean? You can't give them diabetes drugs, prescription this, prescription that. People that are healthy and live off the land don't need that shit. People like me that eat McDonald's all day every fucking day do. You know what I mean? And I understand that. I just take daily vitamins, daily supplements, fuck all that. But you got to think about it that way. They're gonna keep replenishing it until nobody has anything left that they need. You need vitamin D, and we've been stuck in our houses this long already, right? That shit's, you need that. You absolutely need it. You turn all white, you start looking shitty, you know?
Well, vitamin D is like one of the main reasons why there is SADS, the seasonal whatever disorder.
Exactly. So add that too.
Because it's like we by the time we have enough vitamin D in us to only last fucking. You think we're outside all summer, man. You would have so much vitamin D, raging.
3 days in a winter.
No, it's 2 to 3 weeks into once we get into where the sun's gone at 4 or 5 o'clock. It's 2 or 3 weeks, and then your body's hungry for it.
That's what I find crazy is because the summertime, the sun brightness, right? But in the wintertime when you're outside, it's there's might not be no sun, but everything is still so bright. With the snow and the white.
How much vitamin D do you eat a day?
I don't know. Just that multivitamin my girl bought them. You know what goalie is? You know what goalie is? Those apple cider vinegar, those little red candies.
I have seen those.
Goalies. We
Yes.
eat those at my house. We have AZ has her multivitamin bear. But again, with those, who fucking knows what's it's a whole bunch of sugar.
Multivitamins.
It's a whole bunch of sugar and shit just put into it.
I eat vitamin C. I'm not sure, so I think
Ours pills are zinc, vitamin C, and something else for that one, and then we have another one that is vitamin D, vitamin A and B, probiotic, blah blah blah.
Sometimes I drink those vitamin C packets, the emergencies in the water.
Yeah, but you take it when your body's
dead, needs
needing
it. But you should.
That's it.
You
I do it a couple
need it,
times a
bro.
week. No, I've been getting better. I take it a couple times a week.
Yeah,
If
I
I
just
get COVID,
what do I
COVID
take?
tongue,
Zinc,
anything, it's
vitamin
take some
D.
Vitamin C, zinc. That's exactly it, bro.
Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, and magnesium.
Yep.
Magnesium's another one. 90% of humans are fucking deficient in fucking magnesium.
Mm-hmm. Milk of magnesia. That's full of magnesium, and it's brutal.
Yeah.
See, the things I eat are legit, bro. They're little fucking gummies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fire.
Yeah.
It's the only good
The cow
vitamin I
makes
have.
it?
The cow
They're-
Well, they're not cow
Their
makes,
taste
bro.
good. I call them cow makes.
Yeah, that's what we have too. We have the little gummy vitamins, but those goalies are wicked. I love those.
They're a skater thing, aren't
Yeah.
they? Tony Hawk and
Yeah.
them rep them.
And then they just came out with a new one that's brain focus and something else, and it's a blue one.
Yeah.
So I ordered those too. Let's
They're
check 'em out.
regretting not taking more vitamins.
I ordered the Joe Rogan ones too, the brain focus and stimulant and blah
You
blah
should
blah.
fucking-
Didn't work.
No, you should take.
Didn't work.
I order
make-
everything.
I'll make you a fucking.
If I see anything online and it's intriguing, I'll buy it.
Because
Yeah.
Mags and I have been looking at making capsules, anyways. We just kind of want to figure out what we want to make.
Because
But
what's
I'm-
that one mushroom that helps you focus and doesn't get you fucked up?
Is it the
Lion's mane?
No.
Lion's mane helps with depression and stuff.
Lion's mane's depression, but lion's mane crossed with psilocybin.
Chaga?
Yeah, I think it's chaga. Lion's mane with psilocybin helps rebuild new brain cells
Oh yeah.
and restore brain cells and shit. They say it's the closest to that limitless that you're gonna get.
Well, we better get that.
Find some chaga.
So
that's one of the
when are we
ones-
gonna do the fucking
one of the
mushroom
ones-
podcast, boys?
I don't know. When do you want
We should do it next week.
right in the morning.
Yeah,
my
we'll-
whole day will be fucked,
Yeah.
bro.
Mhm.
We sit in this room all day
Mhm.
long.
The podcast will just go.
Lamb will be 3:30. Where the fuck's the boys? Fran will be in the closet.
I don't know.
I want to do it. Fran, you need to get out of your fucking little box, bro. You were offered a free tattoo last week. You're like, I wouldn't get that. You're offered mushrooms. You're like, I don't know. Well, let me know for you, bro. We're doing it. And you're going to start living a little bit. Mister, I don't even fucking take vitamins
I
over
live.
here. Holy
I live.
fuck, bro.
I
Oh,
take
I
vitamin
bet.
C.
Bro,
I
his
bet.
coat. You guys this the other day.
This guy lives on the cusp of the bathtub.
He does. His coat the other day was so fucking gross, and I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want me to fix it for you?" And I was like,
It's an
"You don't
outdoors
fix
coat."
that coat, bro.
Throw that bitch in the garb.
Throw it in the garbage."
That's right.
And this
You make money
motherfucker-
now. You're on podcast,
This
you
man.
see-
motherfucker.
How many winners I got out of that coat?
That's my point.
The adventures that coat
Not
seen.
even a winter coat, guys. It's a
No, it's
fucking
not.
sweater.
That's what makes
coat.
it better. If you can wear it all winter and it's not made to be a winter coat, what's wrong with it?
I'm covidly concerned about that coat, to say the least.
Yeah, thanks to Yeti. Shout out to Yeti Nikes. Tell him, Yeti. He can. If you got a sentimental jack, you can do that too.
I
I
He's,
said, that's
he's
great.
busy.
Yeah.
He's
said,
got
that's
shit.
great.
He's
Shout out to
busy.
Warm Belly Project. Craig's like, we were talking about sweaters, and I'm like, so sorry I don't have any sweaters, buddy. I'm like, I usually wear shit down to the bitter end. Like, there ain't no hating my shit down after that
Look
point.
where you came in today.
Yeah,
You got your
those
big
boots.
Look at his boots.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm
Okay,
saying,
I haven't
bro.
picked my shoes up from the hunt.
You
yet.
say, you
That's
say
what you
that
said
every
last
time, bro.
time.
Because I haven't
We come in
been.
here flexing just kicks. And your friend's like, yeah, I left mine
How much are those?
in the woods.
How
I don't
much are
even
those
care.
shoes?
$150?
Yeah, see,
I got
259, almost 260.
Mumford and Son over here, like, bro, don't flex those.
Yeah, but you probably
Dakota 260.
Right. Jeez.
Mumford and
Every
Sons.
time, too. He's like, I fucking forgot them at the hunting camp. Who wears nice ass? I can just imagine what the motherfuckers at the hunting camp look like. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I can just imagine.
Yeah.
Because who would wear nice ass kicks to a hunting camp
They're not
to
nice.
leave them? Nobody!
They're not nice ass
Nobody!
Okay, so it's
He's
like,
like, so I got these all white Nikes. I just fucking
They
wore
were
them to
white.
the camp.
They
Wore
were
them out
white
to
no
the
more.
camp.
They were. Oh, they were when you bought
when
them.
they were, but not after. See, you wear my boots all the time, but it's like I need an indoor shoe because it's not. You don't
An
take
I
your.
love
You don't
indoor
go
shoe.
socks. You don't go socks.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but you've been
fucked
wearing
up.
fucking socks with sandals at work.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Yeah. You were
Because I don't got. Because these bitches hurt. You're arching your back after a while.
Well, no doubt, go get your shoes from the hunting camp. Holy fuck, bro.
I'd roll into the mall
It's
if I
been
could.
5 podcasts. Where's the hunting camp?
And we only do one a week.
None of it?
But if the snow's in there, I can't get my car in there.
Yeah.
There is none of it at
Yeah,
the fucking
that's
hunting
right.
camp.
Even if the snow's there, maybe you could walk those kicks clean on your way out.
Yes,
That'd be good.
definitely.
I'd brush this. Yeah, that might help.
So-
If I had more in the car, I would have had them, boys.
I know, Fran. We're not ripping yet, bro. I like your boots.
I don't.
It's a Fran.
We
It's
only
a Fran
tease you
thing.
'cause
I'm gonna
we
roll
love you,
in
bro.
here, something one day so fresh and so clean.
It will make a whole fucking. I'll
What's that
clap.
squeak noise? It's my Curdy new shoes.
Yeah, we'll go live and fucking like.
Yeah,
What are
you get your
those?
own camera that day
Yeah, on your kicks
bro.
all
Just
day. You'd be
all
like,
day.
yep.
Come with a pair of camo Crocs.
The winter ones with the fucking things up and the straps all over them. The
Yeah.
Post Malone ones. Who the fuck? I was like, yeah, Post Malone. That's a really good idea. Those are so fucking nerdy.
You
The
don't like
worst
them,
part
right?
is
No.
The worst part is he probably wore them because he's like, you know how many motherfuckers are gonna be wearing
Yeah.
this for the next fucking 2
Yeah.
years after
Can
I
we
wear
do a
them?
podcast from the ice?
From the ice.
No,
Like what?
you
Somebody-
can,
Somebody just went through the ice. That's not safe.
you can. Don't get him going on that.
Why? I want to hear about it.
No.
No, he'll just tell you that he's experienced.
Oh yeah.
Not experienced.
Everybody
Not-
is until they fucking go through the ice and die, bro. That's the thing.
Well, buddy was in a
That's
sketchy
it.
spot though.
I know. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the situation. I just feel for that kid. I know people that
And
know him.
Well, no, and,
And
it's a
that-
shitty
shitty.
situation because
Yeah,
he
it
had a
is
suit
shitty.
on and everything.
I don't think.
Oh, did he?
He had
I
it-
don't think he
Oh,
did.
he didn't.
No.
Oh,
He wore it a lot of the
But
time. I
again,
just think it
people
was
are
that.
people are
Oh.
saying, "Oh, you got to use your ISO, and you got to use this, and you got to do that," or you could just not.
yep. Or go up
But that's
north
the thing,
where
I
there's
like it.
fucking
But
this
even
much
I
That's
more
right.
ice.
Yeah,
like
when
he
you
goes north, right?
Yeah. Like that's what I usually. I don't fish the bay right now.
Be safe. Just be
Um,
safe.
The bay is
Yeah.
a different beast, man.
It's one of
Water.
those things.
You know how many friends I've lost to water, bro?
Yeah.
The only best friends I've ever lost were to water.
Yeah.
Drew jumped off a bridge, and Brooke jumped off the cliff at Bon Echo. Those are my boys. I don't fuck with water
Yeah.
under any circumstance.
I almost fucking drowned, bro.
You told us the story about
Yeah.
jumping off that.
Not even that. No, this is a different time. I got caught in an undertow at Point Peter, and like it sucked me the fuck out. And like I almost died.
Yeah.
Like, water is no fucking.
Yeah,
joke.
so like
No, water-
there's a
water
couple
is no
things
joke.
I
That's the
don't
thing,
fuck
even
with,
no
and
matter
that's
what
it.
You're fishing for ice. Anything can happen, right?
Water's scary shit, bro.
Yeah, that's not.
I've
That's,
had a lot of buddies pass the ice, and I felt it doesn't. I don't know. It scares me, but it doesn't really like.
and I've had people die riding motorcycles too. It
That's-
doesn't.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
and that's-
You're
you
gonna
can't be
live your own
afraid-
life,
yeah, you can't be
But at the
afraid of
same
that,
point,
yeah.
like
You got to be careful. You gotta
That's
take
right.
it, You got to respect.
I'm
it.
not gonna go ride my motorcycle on a day when it's icy out and
Mhm.
the conditions aren't great and blah blah blah. But people are still gonna risk those ice conditions to fish, which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well,
You
there's
know what I
dudes
mean?
that want to go out when it's icy.
Yeah.
On their bike. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they
have-
set
they
up.
have
They
ex-
have
and
steel
they-
tires
yep.
and blah blah blah
they
blah
have
blah.
experience doing
You
it.
know what I
too,
mean?
Right? Yeah.
So
I think the big thing is too. It's like when those in the bay too. There's so much current, right? So like you can fish a spot in the bay, but like the ice can dwindle away so quick. Like even the walk, like you can walk out and you'll be fine, but you can't take
Oh,
the
no.
same way back in,
Yeah.
right? Because yeah, like
See, and just something like that would
And
not
he grew up on the bay too.
Yeah,
which
just
is a
something like
whole
that
other
would
thing.
not make it intriguing for me.
Yeah.
Knowing that the path you took is not the path you're taking back.
Yeah.
No thanks.
No, exactly.
No thanks.
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Dude, you know how many times he's asked me to go ice fishing and I have no inclination to
Yeah.
go. Like, and it's not that I don't want to sit in a hut all day. It's
Yeah.
the fact of I don't want to fucking stand on the water and
No.
be cold and fuck the whole thing to
Yeah.
me sucks.
Yeah. I don't think it sucks. I wouldn't mind it, but I would like to be in a spot that was definitely a safe spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. See, and that's the thing.
I don't even fish. I'd never put a fucking worm on a hook. I wear camo. I've never killed anything. I've never shot anything. I've never hurt anything.
Yeah, but you wear
I-
kid camo, as Fran calls it.
Yeah.
I got kid camo.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
it.
kid camo.
I'm not wearing fucking mossy oak.
No, bro. No.
I'm wearing like Vans
yeah,
camo.
wearing kid
That's
camo.
right.
Yeah, like hipster
that.
camo.
Yeah, hipster camo.
That's it. Like I don't do that. I would not put a worm on a hook.
See, now there's like...
You
see, now a
wouldn't?
lot of
No,
people-
haven't.
no, I haven't.
But you
I've
would.
nev- no. Dude, what if the next life? What if the next life you're the worm, bro?
No! See, I've thought about that.
No.
What if the next life you're that worm?
I've thought about that,
Bro,
though. I
bro,
take all the
bro.
shots.
This
Bro.
is life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This you're
Oh,
not
so you
all.
do it
You're not
because-
always going to be the person.
No, 100%. Even hunting.
That's
No,
right.
but I got a question on that shit. So, do you...
I feed squirrels on my roof.
Lays chips.
I
No.
hug my dogs.
No. I love
I know,
animals
I know.
too, bro. And I'm not down for like, let's go shoot shit.
But I just
But
got to
what
think
if you
about
were
this.
using a fish or a worm to catch a fish that you were then going to eat?
But what if you're the fish next? Do I need to eat that fish though? That's the thing. If yes, then yes. If it was survival, 100%. If it's me being a rootin' tootin' fucking dude sticking holes in fish's mouths for no reason,
So
no. And that's just my outlook
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I get it.
I
get
don't.
it.
I have lots
get
of
it.
friends that
Yeah.
professional
But
fish.
then-
I like their photos of them
No.
fishing.
I'm just
But
trying
me
to get
personally,
yeah.
inside me, I don't. I feel like in the next life, I'm gonna be that fish
Well-
or I'm gonna be that worm.
And it makes sense because you're okay with eating food that's farmed for food,
Mhm.
but you don't want to eat a wild animal.
That's
'cause
right.
It's
a wild animal. And
Yeah.
and at the same point, if I could,
It's
stop,
a weird analogy,
It
but
is.
I get it.
It
I
is.
get it.
if I could stop eating farmed food, like I shared a video the other day of like a girl playing guitar and the cow came and laid on her lap and was like kissing her, and it's like, you think that only dogs do this? And
No, all animals.
No.
Oh,
But
exactly. It's how
And that's
you.
the hardest part.
Well,
That's what I...
farm animals don't do that shit, dog, because they stuck
hate
it.
people.
They
They
stuck in
know.
a 2x2
Yeah.
motherfucking
But
thing.
all
their whole
animals,
life. They ain't
and that's
even
the
getting a
coolest thing
chance.
about hunting and all that I've learned. It's like I understand that because I thought that's a cool concept because I've thought about that, but it's like I take all, you know.
But
I
the
don't-
native people out here tell me that the deer sacrifices itself for them.
See, no, I don't. Now that's a big thing too, though.
And I don't want to downplay that because I feel like I'm spiritual, but I'm not that spiritual.
See, like
And
in the
like,
hunting.
I don't
hunting
understand
things, there's been
that.
times though where it's like, say, like, Yeti and Lynn. There. Lynn shot a deer, missed it 7, 8 times, and he usually hits a deer first time, right? And it's just one of them things. Sometimes you'll have a deer, and we'll be like, someone will peg it one shot, and you'll be like, oh, that was a crazy shot, right? But there'll be a deer right in front of him, and it's just one of them things where it's like, you weren't meant to shoot that deer.
Mhm.
That was meant to live in the, you know what I mean?
Well,
It's just-
nature is
it's
real.
weird shit,
Real.
right?
Like Mother Gaia, that's
Yeah.
a real thing.
And I believe, like, back to the thing though, I believe a lot in like different, like the person, all different animals and their personalities are so crazy, it's unreal. Like that fascinates me so much.
I
How to
don't
see
think
stuff.
that the deer's sacrificing himself for you if you're putting it on the shelf and selling
No, no, not at all,
wild game.
not at all. But it's like one of those weird things though, where it's
If
like,
you're like
yeah,
eating it,
If you were
skinning
shooting
it,
at that
making
deer-
hides out of it, and doing all that shit, then maybe yeah, because it's like that whole.
Part of the circle.
It's the
if you're
circle,
shooting
right?
that deer in
Yeah.
the middle of the field, you got a clean shot, and your boats are going this way. Maybe that's like something where it's like you don't need, like you say, if you're killing all these deer at nighttime, it's something
Yeah.
for $40-$50.
I don't think if you get to shine a light in the field and kill a deer, that deer you get to say that deer sacrificed itself for you.
No, me either, but at the same point, like
That's
that's
just-
not the case, right? That might not be the case.
No, but
Sometimes, like he said, sometimes the deer comes out and will stand right there, and that's the part that makes me sad because that deer's curious and is trusting you enough to not kill it, and you're killing it.
Not all the time. I know. I did. What
If
you're saying.
if
Say
a
no,
deer's
no,
coming out and
100%.
standing in front of you and acknowledging it, you're there.
If I had that, I wouldn't shoot it.
Exactly.
What are
Okay.
the
I wouldn't
odds?
do it.
Like,
See,
what
now
are the
that's where
odds?
I'm-
Yeah, are the
I've
odds
seen
of
it.
that
I've
happening?
seen it.
Yeah,
Not personally,
it
just
doesn't-
lots of videos of it.
Yeah, it would happen, but it's like so. Like me, or like if I see, I love animals. That's the hard part for me. But it's like I have that. It gives me that greater respect.
But
to
it's
do
weird that
something
you
like
love
that.
animals and you can look forward to shooting them.
Do I look forward to shooting them though?
you like to hunt.
I do. But
So
do I
then
look
you
forward
look,
to actually killing something though.
I
No.
think he likes just the whole.
I like the being out there and
The
like,
experience
enjoying it.
of
yeah,
it
but
more
you don't.
so.
You
The
could
need of
do
it.
that without a gun.
That's what I said to him. You can shoot photos,
You could be out there just hanging out in the woods, enjoying yourself, not killing
and
things.
you get way.
And I'm not
more-
downplaying you because I respect you.
Yeah.
You're my man, Fran.
Yeah.
But I think
Everybody's
just
different opinion.
killing animals just
Yeah.
it's just weird.
But see now there's killing and there's a sense of though too. It's like if I don't, a coyote can run along and eat that animal half alive.
But
Yeah,
that's the circle of
wild.
life.
That's the.
Yeah.
That's the
You
circle.
don't
But
live.
it's
In,
a
you
certain-
don't live in
yeah.
the wild. That's
Yeah.
the wild.
You're
bro.
you're infringing from like where we are and going back to primitive ways.
But I look
and
I
trying
look
to
at that much more as like if I'm gonna shoot it and so that's an older deer, I'd much rather just eat that meat and do that myself than getting it watching it being left half eaten by a bunch of coyotes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? So there's two ways. But like you say too, though, back to the whole thing, because I want to say this, because I've had many encounters with like I've been sitting out there and seen some cool shit, right? Where it's like, and I would never, and it's ruin hunts or whatever, but it's like I've sat there and I've like embraced the moment, and that always gives you that second doubt of like, but it's like
It's such a weird
I would
thing.
never-
I just think this: when you see an animal and you have a gun,
it's not.
You have-
a hunt. It's not.
you
kill-
have a
yeah.
permission in your head that's like, okay,
Yeah, but look at this. How
We're
many
here
years
for
have I
a
hunted
reason.
so far and seen all those deer not shot?
Oh yeah, dude.
See,
You,
that's
I'm
the
not,
hard
you
part.
don't have.
It's a very no. I'm just saying though. Like I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not
you don't have to
justifying.
explain
But it's,
yourself to
um,
me, dog.
I just wanted to say though, because you've
Yeah.
seen the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But it's been like I don't. It's not like last year we see 24 does. And we didn't shoot.
Mhm.
This year we got 4 does, but didn't shoot.
Mhm.
Look at how many deer I seen, and like there was a young one. I had the opportunity, but it was like, well, I'm not gonna, right? Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that. And like mind, I do agree with what you're saying. I know a lot of people go out because there are those people that go out and they're like, I
my
wanna
fucking balls are huge. I killed a bear. I
If
killed
there-
this. I killed that. It's like, why do you need to
See,
kill
but it's
things?
not about that for me. To me, the whole experience of it though is like to
No.
go out.
But then
You're
you
like-
could go out
yeah.
and shoot photos, like Ryan said, and you would
100%,
have
and I
the
would
same
love to do
experience.
that, and I'd love to do that, but I'd still go out and hunt a bear.
Yeah.
But because to me though, it's not about killing the bear, but to me, it's like watching that bear grow, going out and feeding it.
But to me,
discovering,
it's-
scouting where it is.
Yeah, but then to
figuring
me,
it out.
it's
It's a process.
knowing all those things and then killing it.
Mhm.
That's
100%.
that's the thing to
Yeah.
me. It's like you've taken your time to understand this animal, and now you're gonna kill it.
Mhm.
Right? That's like
Yeah.
to me, just as long as it's
No.
a worm or a fish, the same thing. I don't put fish on hooks. I don't. You know what I mean? I just don't want to do that. I feed
Yeah.
squirrels out my
Remember
roof.
that. I like animals. This makes what I do to people.
Yeah.
No, but it's just one of them things, right? Like, I just enjoy the time out too, right? Whether I get anything or not, and sometimes, it's shit happens, but and there are times where animals become a nuisance. That's another thing, right?
Mhm.
So, like, when there's
Oh
overpopulation.
yeah, I see them hunting rattlesnakes and blah 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 and all that stuff for but for me,
See,
like I
don't
said,
mean for that, but I mean coyotes, for instance. We get so many coyotes, and the deer can't sustain and have birth because they just literally.
but that's a white guy or someone else telling you that. Before we were
But
here,
I've-
they did.
100%, but I've also seen it too, though, right?
But before we
It's the
were,
ecosystems.
that would all work
But
itself
listen to
out
this,
if we
though.
didn't.
But with these winters, a lot of animals that have been up north have been coming down.
But-
That's what I mean, though.
But before we were here,
yeah.
before man was here, if there was an overwhelming population of
disease
coyotes,
took them out.
that's right, and it all set itself back in
Well,
motion.
not even that. There wouldn't have been so much fucking housing and so much shit
But then listen
everywhere.
to this, though. So all the coyotes die off, and then the deer become overpopulated, kill all the shrubbery, all the vegetation, all that, right?
And
Disease
Mother
doesn't take
Mother
them out.
Earth is going to fix that.
I was gonna say, I
Eventually.
don't think.
But then
Mother-
how long does it take before the coyotes
Brandon,
can
push
become,
him hard, bro.
I don't know.
become Watch the documentary, though, on the wolf's introduction.
I did see that.
But
Yep.
it's that concept,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It takes
yeah,
a
but
long time.
you know why?
It can happen, but it's a time process.
But-
That was a man thing too, though. Man came in there and killed.
Yeah.
Because though that natural thing of though, and that's the thing of and that's such a hard debate because everything I believe, and like this is where it gets weird because a lot of stuff that I fall back on, like we were talking about even with the sacrifice and deer and stuff like that, is like what and that's even what I've been taught. 'Cause it's like I've been taught very old school traditions, but it's like in the day and systematic stuff that we're in, how much these old traditions can really keep up with what new systems that we're in.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like how old? Because I don't use GPSs and shit though and shit too, but like how long can it be before I'm out there and like. I got
With a
I
heat
got a trail
sensor.
camera. I got a trail camera this year,
Yeah.
though, so I'll be able. That's a cool thing. I'll be able to look at the picture and stuff like that. But though, to me, to have that out there, it's kind of like that upper hand too,
Mhm.
right? So
And
it's
then
like
you'll have a FLIR camera like those big hunters.
But it's just like a big interaction between an old school and the new school systematic kind of thing, right? Like we said about sacrificing deer. Yeah, that probably was a thing, you know, like 200 years ago, 100 years ago.
When they were spiritually connected
Yeah.
to the land.
The
Yeah.
most they had was
But-
like torches, and they were actually flint in their arrows. But then now in the 2000s and the technology development, without the change.
But see, look at here's
like,
a prime
you know?
example. Your buddy Hank.
Yep.
Okay. Hank is a prime example.
buddy, happy or hey, get the bag.
But the dude, like, if he kills something, he's gonna eat it.
Mhm.
Then he's gonna use the skin for something else,
Yep.
and he's
And
gonna
that's what
feed
I-
his
yeah.
dog with it. And
Yeah.
he's gonna. If he goes out, he cleans his shit up. You don't know he's there.
Mhm.
Like you're like that too,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like if you're gonna go out and hunt, you don't always like have to go and like take a kill,
Yeah.
right? But if you're gonna take a kill, you best be fucking eating that shit, and you best be
See,
fucking
and the
using
best
it.
thing, and the cool thing,
And I
too,
respect,
Yeah.
because that's like
and I've gotten
that's
a lot of values
primitive
from
shit.
him, too,
I was
like
gonna say
that.
I respect people that can hunt because I don't know those skills,
that's just
and
it.
if I needed to, I'd probably die.
That's just
So I
it.
respect
Yeah.
that you can.
It's like a primitive.
But
like we should. It be every human should
No,
know how to
It's
do
one
that.
of those things too, and me and we've talked about this actually.
And then
We
I
get
feel
into
like
depth
humans
this
would
a lot.
like have a lot more like love and respect for food, for how we get food,
if we did it
for
ourselves.
how we fucking
100%.
eat,
But
for
now
how
there's a time,
everything,
too, though.
bro.
You should, now a lot of people like me and Hank talk because there's been many times where we've gone out and done shit and we've just ended up hasn't been the way we've wanted to, but we've had a great time and like maybe just walked around.
That's
and
what you
done shit.
love.
And that's what I mean. And that's what I mean. Like whether I go spend 3, hours and hours and hours, and it's the best time of my life or it's the slowest time of my life.
You're
Being
like
out
a-
there is the best. I don't know what the.
You're an outdoor
He's a woodsman.
enthusiast,
He's
yeah,
a fucking woodsman.
that just uses hunting as your guys to get out there more.
Woodsman is hunting is part of
I-
being a fucking woodsman. You know what
and
I mean?
enjoy
Like,
that shit,
yeah.
right? And it's like, and even like the fact of though I don't know, like, but a lot of shit of even like the like.
and
crafting
hunting is a
days and
tradition
hinds, yeah.
that's been like passed on, right? So it's not like if you and I started hanging out in the woods, I'd have you shooting photos within 6 months, and you probably wouldn't even hunt half the time. You'd be in the woods more, but you'd be
I'd
in the
like
woods
to shoot
with
photos,
a
but in
camera.
the sense of like I love
Right.
to sit down and like I'd sit in a spot for 5-6 hours.
That's
and
what
wait
it
for a
is.
fucking bear or something.
That's what it is.
But in the sense though too, there's
You
something
are
that's-
hunting.
Yeah.
You're hunting the bear. You're
Yeah.
just not hunting it with a gun. You're hunting it with
Yeah.
a fucking camera. And
But
then when
there's-
that bear gets pissed and you get too close, now it's a fair game, dog.
Yeah, but I do enjoy the fact of though, too,
now it's
like,
a fair game,
the
dog.
process of though like going out and like putting the work in, but then being able to skin something up and use that and like keep that and have
Yeah.
that forever.
I
Right?
get the
You
whole
know?
concept of
Me
it.
too,
Yeah.
and I respect it. I just
It's nice
not
to
for
talk
me.
about it though, because
It's
it's cool
not
to
for
talk
me
about it
either.
on. It's nice to hear on different perspectives though, right? Like,
Yeah.
because a
Like,
lot
I'm-
of people don't agree.
I'm
with it.
soft. I couldn't. I
A
don't.
lot of people don't.
I don't
agree
like
with it.
blood. That's why I don't pierce because I don't like fucking blood. I hate
I don't
that
even
shit.
know if I can pull the trigger.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't.
Like,
I couldn't, dude. I could not do that. Like the people down the road from us are Filipino, and they catch the squirrels and kill them in traps, and I cry. I feed those fuckers, man.
Yeah.
I have one squirrel. It's called White Feet, and she's
I've
got
seen
white
her.
feet, and she comes
seen her.
running.
Yeah.
You can say, "Hey, White Feet," and she'll come from like anywhere.
But all
And
animals are so intellectual. They know.
That's
they
how I
understand,
know.
Right?
That's
They
how I know.
understand.
Yeah.
That squirrel understands. My cats know,
Yeah.
and my fucking
All
dogs
animals.
know.
All
My
animals.
girl's like, "You talk to that squirrel, and she understands." I'm like, "Yeah." So the dogs know too.
It's like though, see now for a big instant though, like so when all the shit I do though. Now I believe
I
like
heard
a
something
big
beep there, right?
a big part of my like responsibility though I believe in like because of hunting, fish and shit, right? Though so whenever like you see anything that needs help, you pick it up, take it. You know, like I've had some weird shit in my car.
Yeah.
But it's like it's what you got to do.
out there, Yeti?
Yeah,
what you gotta do.
like I said, I don't look down on you for hunting, fan.
No.
I'm just way
Yeah.
too soft to do it
Yeah.
myself.
100%. But I just want the perspective to be known though, like fuck I don't know.
You're
how
not
many
out there rooting and tooting and
No.
drinking beer and killing shit.
No, I love animals. Like I love saving them. Like I don't know, I've took over probably this summer. I grabbed over like 40 turtles and took them in. Right,
Mhm.
It's like shit like that. Even small shit, right?
Mhm.
But even ducks. I don't know how many ducks I've took in the car, or like beavers and shit like that. You see, they're herded, right?
Yeah.
Herded.
A couple beeves.
It's
With me, I just fuck. One time when I was a little kid, I was shooting a paintball gun and I shot a squirrel and it died, and like I watched it die, and it just changed my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like,
See, now I worked on a farm too, and I had a lot of like nuisance animals, right?
See,
So
I
I've seen
told
that
I
shitty
used to hang
perspective.
out with this guy that told me he was an abattoir, and he'd go in there and just fuck boom, shooting cows in the heads and shit, bro. Like, you got to think about your
It's how,
soul.
but it's how, and 100%. Now it's how, but it's how. What?
yeah, but they have no fucking. They don't have empathy. so they don't have.
At what age, you know, when you're like, there's
If you can literally walk in and kill like 20 cows and not blink an eye,
And then go to home.
you have no empathy.
Yeah.
Like you have,
there's something.
there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like you have no like.
See, now I was at a young age too at a farm.
You're
work that I always had to
basically
kill
a serial
raccoons, right?
killer.
At a young age, I was always we had to always kill
Haven't killed
raccoons
a human yet.
because they came a problem. But it's what was instilled on me. Like I was young, it was like these cause nothing but problems. They're not doing anything good. Okay. And as I got older, I kind of learned, oh fuck, like that was fucked up. Like I shouldn't have done that. It's like those like a raccoon. A mother got killed in my house, so I've been feeding them. Fuck, they've been around my house for probably 2 years, 3 years, and they're chilling. I let them do what they want.
Yeah.
But it's like. It's like you say though, the empathy thing, but it's like it's the same thing as anything. If you're taught from a young age, it's like you can do this, but like with certain morals and certain things, right? Because some people, there's probably fucked up people that were their parents were drinking root and tea,
Yeah.
and it just got passed on, right? It's
Yeah, but you can see like any fucking like hunter, like warrior, whatever, who like actually like kills and feeds like people, right? Because I watched that Man-Eater show a lot. Or is that what it's called? Man-Eater?
Yeah.
That guy? And I watch that guy a lot. And he's very like he hunts and he kills a lot of shit. But everything he kills, he brings back and feeds people. Like he feeds.
and that's why I like, and that's where we get a lot.
When
of
he kills shit, bro, you can see that he's so like he's very emotional dude. And when he's talking on the show and he's telling the stories and like how to skin these things and to do what he's doing. This is where I think I learned a lot of like appreciation and like respect for it because I was super ignorant to it. Like I just had no idea. And then the show came on Netflix and I was like, well,
Netflix.
I know, bro. That's what I have for nighttime entertainment. I literally watch like an hour of it before I go to bed every night.
You should watch Sasquatch stuff on YouTube.
I watch enough YouTube all day. That's what we watch all day.
Duh, baby.
But he has a connection like with wilderness. You know
That's
what
like
I mean?
Les Stroud. I watch him every night.
Like
on
just
YouTube.
super appreciative of animals and like what they give to us and like same thing. Like if it's not the right one, they're not gonna kill it. They'll take the old one. They take the one that
you don't take the good one that's going to give you more deer in
No.
the future. You take the one that's out of its prime.
yeah.
Right?
The way he
You take the boomers.
the problem with it is there's way too many humans that you can't sustain that kind of shit.
No.
Right? And he even says that all the time. Like he's like, what I get to do is like a crazy opportunity. It's a gift. I get to come into these crazy places that are untouched and I get to take animals out that are like lived there their whole fucking life, And that's why he does what he does with them. Like it's a fucking connection, you know what I mean? Like that animal's gonna die, like you said, right? The animals get old, they get sick, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's
And there's
probably
been
a
times
hell of a
too,
lot
right?
nicer for it to go off of one bullet than it is to go off of like getting
And,
savagely
and all that
fucking
stuff too. A lot of people
destroyed.
see it's like, when you see clips like that too. I think a lot of people think like it's like they're not just sitting out there for fucking 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like they're and there's a lot of days where they're just
don't get shit.
They're eating fruits, probably berries. There's not fucking meat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just cool. Because there's too many humans on Earth, and humans fucking suck, man. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why food is the way it is nowadays.
It's nice to put yourself out there like that, though.
But I respect the fucking shit out of it. Like it's a weird thing because I don't think I could do it, and I don't.
That's what I mean. I
don't
need a friend like Fran. I'm just not gonna be.
That's
Fran.
what I mean. Like I know if we were a tribe, I would not have been the hunter.
I'd be the
gatherer.
artist.
I would have been but I probably would have been the court jester.
There you go. Right? Like, but that's the thing. That's the thing in life. I've always believed this, and I always tell people this. Some people get down on themselves, and like friends that do construction, like, man, it's just really hard for me. It wasn't for me. I understand that. Everybody's physical body is made up for something specific.
And you have to have that. You can't have everybody that has
That's
a certain
right.
person,
So
'cause you can
before
have 10
we
of us
had-
going out and doing shit, but at the end of the day, you come back and they're like, the fire went out.
That's
No,
right.
no.
Before we had TV, there was a hunter, there was a gatherer, there was a cook,
crafter.
there was a craft. Exactly. You know what I mean? And our bodies are made up over thousands of years to reflect
The biggest thing
what
a
we
person-
did. Back then, your last name meant you were a baker, or your last name meant you were a goldsmith, or you were a, you know what I mean?
I think the biggest thing for humans.
So our bodies over centuries and centuries have developed to reflect what our jobs were.
100%, yeah.
You
Or
know?
your genetics.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That'd be
In life, you will find, if you keep searching, it takes time, but you will find what you're made for. Me, I was made for tattooing. I like it, I love it, I live it. It's not a job to me. Any other thing I've ever tried, it's been a job to me. I have friends that love construction. They're taller, they're more muscular, it keeps them in good shape. Their body was made for that. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Me, I wasn't made for physical labor. These hands are too soft. I know that, you know? Some people can get up in the morning and just do it, where me, it's a strenuous act to do anything other than what I do.
Yep.
Because I'm made for that.
Yep.
And when people find what they're made for,
They excel.
that's right. Their genetics, their bodies, like you're made for what you do now.
Yeah.
We did music before, it was kind of fun, but we weren't made for that.
No.
Or we would have fucking taken right off, right? We're both excelling because we found what we're good at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think the only. I was so funny you brought that up, dude. Because Sean and I were talking about that yesterday at the studio, or at the shop. Sorry. Just that I was like, I think the only reason why what I'm doing works right now is because I was like dumb enough to hold off long enough to do keep doing what I love to do.
That's it.
You know?
I wanted to quit tattooing so many times,
Yeah.
bro. Imagine I did.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I know.
We wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Who knows where I'd be?
Yeah. It's true, right? Like, yeah, and you hold off so fucking long and you fight through so much bullshit that all of a sudden you get an opportunity. And that's what it is.
And that's all you needed was that one opportunity. You're not going to let that slide. You're not going to let that slip.
Yeah. And like you said, after you do so much shit for so long or you're so shit for so long, eventually you're like, I don't want to do that anymore.
No.
Like, I want to get better.
Yep.
You know? And if you can realize that and start putting in the work in before you get that opportunity, that's when shit really excels.
Yep, because you're already halfway there. You
Yeah.
just need that
Yeah,
opportunity
exactly.
to take you to the next
100%.
level. Yeah, and that's what I think. Like, there's a lot of people, friends that come and they're like, I hate my job or I hate what I have to do. It's like your physical presence isn't made for what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're deeper than that. Yeah. Like you're a mental person and you're working in a physical world.
Yeah.
There's
The problem is it's so hard because we all get stuck in like things like kids and life and jobs and you can't put time into what you really want to be good at.
I know.
You know?
I know. That's why, like my buddy Tyler, it was such a blessing and a curse that he came home. Like his mom passed away.
Yeah.
But dude's hammering tattoos like no other.
Yeah.
You know,
Turn
I've
that
never seen
opportunity
somebody
into a
be
good
that
one.
good that quick. He's gonna be better than me in a year.
Yeah. Well, he's like an artist.
Exactly, where I
That's-
was just like a drawer.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
Tyler's always been into art. Art
Yep.
consumes his life.
Yep.
When I wasn't tattooing, I wasn't practicing tattooing. When
you're
he's
like-
not tattooing, he's doing grapefruits, oranges,
Yeah.
fake skins.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's his whole life.
Yeah.
He's eating tattooing.
And then before that, he was drawing cartoons.
That's right.
And he was probably playing in Photoshop
Yep.
and drawing and always doing that shit, right?
And he's made for that.
Yeah.
Right? So just to put a tattoo machine in his hand,
Yeah. It's just another piece.
A
It's just
facet
another
to-
tool,
that's right.
right?
That's it.
Because
So-
there's some dudes that I watched, even like were like graphic artists, and a couple guys I bought logo design from, like way back in the day.
Mhm.
They became tattooers, and they're like, as soon as they picked up a machine, they were literally like tattooing what they were drawing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. As long as you learn that tool, learn the
Yeah.
depth,
Yeah.
how to use it, that's it.
Yeah, it was like within three months,
Yeah.
this dude was like, you were like, what?
Oh,
the
Tyler did this skull
fuck?
tattoo on his buddy the other day with a rose, and I was like, holy,
Yeah. Game over.
we're just blurring that one out. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it looked great. There was a couple wobbly dobblers, but like your fourth tattoo, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My fourth tattoo was, I was wiping it with fucking like wet wipes, alcohol pads and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I had no
But that's
clue.
the other thing too, right? Is like you went through a lot of like shit.
I was putting needles in upside down when I
Well,
first started.
you know what I mean,
I didn't
though?
have anyone to tell me.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Like
Why I said
I'd
to
literally,
you yesterday
I'd
about
literally
people-
sit down with a machine and be like, it probably goes in like this. I think.
Yeah, and with no one to tell you what to
No,
do,
no.
no one to stand over your shoulder and be like, bro, you're
Don't
going
wipe
too
that.
deep, or you're going
Exactly,
too deep, like,
exactly.
you need to pull back,
Yeah.
listen to the rhythm of the gun
Yeah,
or
nothing.
machine, like,
Just
none of that shit.
trial
right?
and error, buddy.
Yeah.
8 years later, now it's 11 years, and I'm finally okay.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
now you got to think all that stuff that you went through. Tyler doesn't have to go through any of that
Yeah.
because you're not going to teach him that shit.
No. No, I'm
Right?
not gonna let him fucking
No,
struggle
exactly.
like that.
And that's what I said to you the other day about. I'm like, I'm glad that we don't talk about weed on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because half the people that watch me are only watching for like how I do what
Secrets.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get the hermit
Yeah.
cookies?
Which in the beginning I was fine with, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like I wanted to like help people and teach people shit. But then you start finding out like you see people doing stuff with your
Biting.
yeah.
Yeah, biting's no
Yeah,
good.
like I'm selling clones for like $10 a clone, like really packs of seeds I paid $300, $500 for. Found the specific one that was the best one of the bunch. Have been keeping this alive.
Priceless.
And then I'm selling these cuts for like $10. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And motherfuckers are like selling them to other people as their own, labeling them as their own, and you're like, oh, like you want to help people, but you can't even
Yeah.
help people.
No, I know.
You know,
I've tried to help a couple people tattoo. Tyler's the first one that's fucking.
because he's your homie.
So my other friends were homies too. Davy Zoot was my dog.
Yeah, I
Davey
know.
Zoot lived at my house.
Some
you know?
some peeps just can't get their shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler's he's meant for it. He's
Yeah.
meant to tattoo. Like he just.
Well, and we just talked about the whole thing, bro. Like you said, he's been putting the time, the years, and he's meant for the shit,
Yeah.
and now he's getting the opportunity,
That's right.
right?
Yep.
You know, and he's like, I'm not shitting.
Well,
the
he
bed
wanted
because
it
he's-
before. He wanted the opportunity before. He just didn't want to like. You know how the grass is always greener.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I'm going to be a tattooer. Yeah, I'd love to tattoo. Then when he came home, he's like, and he was in a downtime. He needed something, or who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tyler and his mom are like, we used to make fun of him. We'd go skating. He'd be like, hold up, guys, I'm just going to call my mom. You know, we'd be like, shut the fuck, what? What?
He seems like such a good kid.
He
though.
is. He's a good guy.
He seems like a good kid.
So I think tattooing is gonna, like I said, it's gonna change his life. He's
Yeah.
done working in factories. He's done working at Stream.
Yeah.
He can literally change his life now.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, and everybody's meant for something. Like that's the proof's in the pudding. But Tyler's good at everything. The fucking guy. He's great at skateboarding.
Yeah,
he's
just-
a great
yeah.
artist. He's just good at stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to take a break and pee.
Yeah, I got to pee too.
Big time.
Give her.
I'm just gonna let shit record because
just cut it out after.
yeah, last time it was yeah. Oh, so maybe I'll talk to the camera. Oh, you're coming back in. What's up, boy? I know Scotty's like I gotta pee.
That coffee.
Yeah, we always do that. Maybe drink the coffee and then we all gotta piss.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I like that. Nice little.
So what'd you do? Did you do anything cool last night when you left work?
I went home and I tied a couple flies. I'm still going hard on the fly tying here, trying to figure that out.
Making lures?
Yeah.
Making lures?
Get my ice fish together. I gotta gather a sled up just so I can tow my stuff out. Cause I got like a Merce. I made up like this big Merce. I just carry my stuff out, but it's a pain in the ass.
Well, I guess you can't buy anything right now.
Like, you know, okay, this is ridiculous. You know how much, speaking of fucking the times, you know how much they want for a toboggan to tow your shit out on the bay?
Someone said this to me the other day.
$200.
Yeah, they're like because it has an extra like 2 inches.
That's
on
right,
the
me
side.
bitching about it, yeah.
Yeah, it was
He fucking pissed me off. You know what I do last night? Fuck, I made some man cakes. Pretty pumped, because I haven't made pancakes in a long time. Went home in the garage, tinkered around, like I said, tied some flies, cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to get my truck. I have an old truck, and I'm going to start driving it all the time, so
You're gonna bring out old banana.
all the time. Just going to drive it, because I put so much money into my shitty car.
Well, are you gonna wait till it gets a bit warmer?
I gotta wait a little bit, just 'cause I gotta do some work to it, because I'm gonna get it up a little bit, but I'm like, yeah. Or I'm gonna get electric choke on it, just so it runs a little better and sets like the idle a little easier. It runs good in the winter, but it just gotta warm up first.
Yeah.
But
Even starting it if it gets cold, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking.
it'll start in the cold, the choke will just help it balance out and let it run. But I just have to throw shit in the back and just to use. The car is just, I'll use it if I gotta drive somewhere, save gas, but the truck I'll just keep around. When I gotta use it, I'll take that.
TMTK, bro.
It is good, isn't it? It hits
It
really
takes
nice.
a minute, but then you're stupid.
Fuck, I was gonna say something, I can't remember.
Maybe,
We should.
Maybe what I should do is I should use that microphone. Maybe that's how I should set it up.
I had a cool little. So remember those sleeper hut? Hey, Yeti, do those sleeper huts have the internet? Could we record one if we rented those huts Lambo rented? Want it talked about?
You'd have to.
You could.
Record what?
We don't need the internet to do a podcast.
I guess, yeah. So I was gonna say, if we could all Lambo mentioned these huts that you can sleep in. They're heated. They have everything. It'd be cool to just sit there, do some jigging, set up a podcast, and do it for a couple hours. Do a night out there. Just even spend the night or a day and set up a
I'm down.
podcast. Because
I'll
literally,
pay.
we're sitting like this in a comfortable area.
I know what you said.
Like there's no cold. If you guys are that worried about
Fuck that weed.
yeah, it is. We'll drive you right out there, drop you off. Fuck, I'll bring some top dogs.
That's it.
I'm not eating top dogs.
Me either.
If there's too many of
You're
us,
catching fish and cooking it for us.
I would. Fuck, 100%. I'll bring some if we don't.
That's it.
But
Let's
even
do
because
it.
you pay with these places, a lot of the time they guarantee fish. But I do a full night, 100% all night, all night. You guys can sleep.
You
I'm
don't want to do a half night. You're gonna rig
But-
it up and fish all night.
There's 6 people in the hut. Everybody's sleeping. I'll be fucking jigging everybody's lines.
If
fucking
we're
running
doing
down
that,
the
then you guys got to come to Algonquin and do a Squatch adventure
I'm
with me.
down. We'll do a
That would
portage.
actually be
Let's
fun.
do a
We
portage.
should.
That would be fun.
They do like adventures. You pay and a guy'll take you out
Really?
and like he knows where they are and like communicates with them. Yeah, and they'll like knock trees and they
Hank
throw
be down
rocks
for that.
and
Hank be down. Dude, we can do that.
Let's
we should.
do that.
We'll do a
bro.
fishing one. We'll do a Sasquatch.
Cause I got my gimbal and everything.
I want to do the mushroom
Is
one.
this like a port? Can we bring our fishing shit?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No guns because nobody's shooting Sasquatch around me.
What about bears?
Nope.
Something comes into the camp, bro.
Bro, you're not shooting. You're not bring. If I'm going out, you're not.
Yeah,
bringing
You're in
it up.
Algonquin
That's
Park.
right.
You can't bring shit.
Okay.
This guy probably has some kind of energy weapon to fucking
Bring a
scare
flare
the
gun.
Sasquatch.
Bring a flare gun. Chill out.
Yeah, I'm bringing my pellet gun. I got a slingshot.
There's
got-
really Sasquatch fucking.
And yeah,
tour
in tours
guides?
in Algonquin. Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
you know, the
And they take
pandemic
big
isn't
groups
affecting their season at all.
And you know, there's just another dude. He's got another guy out there like,
Knocking.
and shit.
Come
That'd
on,
be
don't ruin this.
That'd be so sick, though. No, I'm not. I'm down to go find Sasquatch.
Yeah, man.
I'm down.
That'd be fun. Bring some cameras. We'll set up. The guy will be like,
Get
"Don't
the,
show anybody my spot.
get the squid.
They'll think we're real. They'll think we're like real deal.
We're from
With the
OLN.
gimbal?
We're from
No,
OLN."
they'll think we're a bunch of idiots. Me and you show up. They're like,
Yeah.
look at this dude. He's
Yeah.
got 4 feet of hair, and this guy's covered in fucking tattoos.
I'm like, I'm just here to fish.
Fuck.
No,
Fucking
they'll
hipsters.
know you're from the woods because you'll be in flannel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I give Craig a coat.
I'll wear
and I
like
had a
4 different
flannel. Go in
camos.
my other car. I have literally 4 coats in my car. Grab one in the trunk, give it to Craig for his thing. Red flannel. Go in the back. I'm like, I got another one. Red flannel. Look underneath that. Gray flannel. Underneath that, and there was a blue. I'm like,
That's what I mean.
I'm not rolling Kingston flannels. Kingston downtown will look like a Tyler Childers concert. Yeah, I'm down to do the Sasquatch adventure, and we should plan this fucking sleeper hut thing.
Yeah. You guys ever heard about the missing 411 cases?
Yeah, we mean, hey, we're talking about this fishing back north.
Were
on the
ya?
weekend. So yeah, we were talking about the
Let's
crazy
get
one.
into this.
So we were
Okay.
so we were sitting back here.
What's
and-
Buddy's name?
Hey.
David Polides.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like right into it like
Oh,
you two
buddy.
are. So we got talking about it. So we got talking about it, and Hank's like, "Oh, I got to get my phone from the truck," and we had to like tow our shit in a ways, right? So I'm out on the ice by myself, and I'm like, "Yo, imagine you came back and I wasn't here. The hut and shit was here, but I wasn't. Just no tracks, nothing." Or like, and I'm sitting here
No
thinking,
tracks, nothing.
or like he goes up. To
I don't
his,
know much about it.
Or he like goes up to his fucking car or truck because he had to grab his phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he just never came back. I'm just sitting there, and then like 1 o'clock in the morning, I walk up thinking like, where'd he go? No one's there. But like there's fuck all around us, right? So it's like, well, we were talking about one where a guy was skidooing, and they were skidooing, and then all of a sudden they like look back and notice the guy wasn't there. So like, fuck. They turned around and see if maybe they thought he crashed, and all of a sudden they noticed tracks had veered off, and they're like way the fuck back north. So they turn around, follow his tracks, and they're following. They're like, he was into some weird brush, like some shit like tight, right, for his sled. He's trying to get through, and then they said all of a sudden they came to his sled, and there's no marks, nothing. He just wasn't there.
Fuck, I have the chills going hard
Dude,
right
the
now.
one I saw, this Canadian skier
Hold
goes on
Okay,
a business trip with his. Oh, there's tons, right?
Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
The 411 stories?
Yes, it's called Missing 411
So what is 411?
information.
Good number on the end of your driveway.
So it's no, and this David Polides guy, he's a retired detective from New York or something like this, and he checks these cases. So there's this one where this dude is skiing on the mountain in Canada in BC in all his ski gear, straight up, skiing down the mountain in front of his friends. They go to the bottom. He's like, I'm going to take one more ride, guys. Crucial, one last ride. That's when you always get hurt.
Yeah.
So the guy takes his one last ride, goes missing for 3 weeks. No one can find him. No one can see him. Nothing. He shows up somewhere in the States with his skis, in his ski gear, his boots, and his helmet on in the summer. Calls his wife and he's like, babe, I'm at the airport in Arizona. And she was like, they're still on the fucking mountain, searching this mountain for weeks for this guy, thinking he's under an avalanche somewhere. And he has no recollection of the 3 weeks he was gone.
He hit that portal, dog. Took that wrong path.
He's literally in an airport in the States in the gear that he left the fucking ski hill with weeks before.
I used to work with this guy. I won't say his name. It's very superstitious. Like, not very superstitious, I should say. Like, his house was haunted. Mm-hmm. I believe in this shit. Like, he showed me videos, bro. And, like, he was sitting in his kitchen, all of a sudden, like, his chair slowly did a 180. And he wasn't the type to put strings in. He took home and he's, like, started to actually take a video. A ball rolls down his hallway, boots the ball and tells this thing to fuck off type of guy, right? Mm-hmm. He was telling me, like, he didn't believe in this shit. But he was telling me a story when he was a kid. They were out fucking around doing shit they shouldn't have been doing out in the country. And they had a guy waiting for him at the end of a driveway, like at the end of a cornfield on the side road. Mm-hmm. And they said they went to this house and were, like, looking through their backyard and shit. Well, then, they were, like, teenagers or whatever. And all of a sudden, it was 2 or 3 in the morning, and all of a sudden something came on, so they started running through the cornfield. And then they said it was, like, so similar to that. He didn't, like, the way he could even describe it, right? Like, it gave me chills, too. But he's like, all of a sudden, we were sitting there and we had our phones. And it was like, he's like, couldn't even describe it. Like, he was like a snap. You know, when you go into a nap and you're like, holy fuck, I didn't realize I fell asleep. That's what he said. It was almost like he woke, like, just was there. But he was back, like, in the same spot in the cornfield, back in the cornfield, checks his phone, and there was, like, calls, missed messages, calls, missed messages, calls, missed messages. And Chris was with him. And it was, like, 6 hours later, and that guy thought the cops found him or something. So he ended up taking off. And they were, like, calling him, wondering fuck where they were. And he was like, where are you guys? Like, you guys all right? And they're back in that cornfield. But he said it was, like, a snap and, like, 5 hours went by. Both the two guys, there was 2 of them side by side, and they did the same fucking thing. And they, like, the 5 hours had passed, just like that, within them running through a cornfield.
Well, there's other ones where, like, kids have went missing. Like, a 2-year-old kid goes missing and then gets found 2 days later, like, 40 miles up a straight mountain. They'll, like, have helicopters flying over to, like, check the next place, and there'll be a kid sitting on the rock on top of a mountain. His clothes are clean, his socks are clean. It's been 2 days with no food. They bring the kid down, and you know what the kid says? That a giant Easter bunny took him and fed him berries and all this shit in a cave somewhere. And then when they heard the helicopter come, the Easter bunny took him out of the cave and set him on the rock so that they'd see him. This is like a 2 or 3 year old little boy. He wouldn't lie about it. Why would you make up that story? Right? Those missing 411, some crazy, crazy stuff, man. Like,
there it is.
I've been into me and my girl, because, you know, I said she's not really into that crazy conspiracy stuff, but that's believable. Some of the stories are pretty crazy out there, but the people going missing is believable. There's other ones where, like, have you heard about the smiley face killers? Where they try to, like, tie that into it? Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of these young college swimming athletes ended up dead in rivers. They'd go to pubs with their friends, be walking home, and just end up dead in a river, face down in a river.
And they're all swimmers?
Professional grade swimmers. So when they go here and people are investigating, the cops never pointed out, but people go back and look at the spots, and there's always a smiley face painted on a tree or a rock or a wall. And they say, like, if it was a group of, because it happens all over the world. All over the world. Like, this happens in the UK, happens in Brazil, happens in the US, happens in Canada. They're saying if it's a group, it's like the most sophisticated group of serial killers in the world. Or it's something no one can explain. Because every time someone dies near the water, there's this fucking smiley face. I heard about that through the 411 shit, so that's why I brought it up.
Crazy.
What, are you bringing it up right now?
I'm just looking at that guy.
David Paulides?
Yeah. A scorpion
spider, isn't it?
They're pseudo-scorpions. They're related to spiders, but they're also related to scorpions.
He's got a baby scorpion in his hand from
Just make that
the
dirty.
Full size.
Is it?
Yeah.
He got right of his pubes.
God, how did you even see that?
Yeah,
It
that's
in
what
the
I was
spider
thinking.
web up on the wall. It's like hung up in the spider web.
That's wild.
No, there's spider web.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it
I've
is
never
cool.
seen shit like that in my life.
Yeah.
They eat mice.
Baby scorpions. Did you know you have scorpions in your house? Yeti knew.
House hippos too?
Yeti knows all that weird.
Yeti, have you ever caught a house hippo?
They love the crumbs from peanut butter toast.
Fucking years. I haven't found one either.
Dude, that commercial and the people say I
The
don't wash
North
my
American
face or I
house.
eat too many chocolate bars. Do you remember that commercial? For the buddy that had all the pimples on his face. He's like, I've dealt with this for years. People say that I don't wash my face or that I eat too much chocolate bars. And it was like a Neutrogena commercial back in the day. Like, those
That's
are the
actually
two
crazy.
commercials that stick with me.
It's a
The
weird
house
looking
simple.
little critter.
So what's it saying about Mr. Pilates? Is he
Just
legit or is he a fucking hoaxer?
No, I was just reading his books because he was writing. He wrote.
He doesn't
he
know
wrote
about
a
Jesse Ventura.
Bigfoot.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had in his pursuit of Bigfoot,
Whoa.
he self-published 2 Bigfoot-related books. And
Whoa!
created a research group called North American Bigfoot Search,
Dude.
for which he serves as the director.
Dude.
So he said North American Bigfoot Search was instrumental.
I'm talking
in the,
like I'm this Squatch guy and I didn't even know fucking Pilates was a Squatcher.
Yeah, so the paper was published in 2013, which claimed that Bigfoot was real.
It is.
The world needs to understand that North American Bigfoot Search was the organizer of the study. We orchestrated the search, yeah, so there's a book on that, and then it says that. Oh, hold on.
So
Man.
maybe that Sasquatch case, because there was another one. Remember I said that girl said that there was an Easter bunny? The other one said that a giant bear took the little boy to his house. And he had a family of giant bears that like played with him for days and shit.
That'd be so
There's these
cool,
stories.
bro.
Like you can go on YouTube and
That'd
type
be
in.
so cool, bro.
It would be, man.
You
If I
can
was
go
Bill-
on you if you were little and you didn't understand.
even
Yes,
if I was at the age
you'd
now
be terrified.
where something
You
happened-
would be terrified,
Look, we're
bro.
talking about deer interaction. Imagine a Sasquatch was like, who? What are you doing?
Bro, but we were
You wanna
talking
see-
fucking lumps you out, puts you over its shoulder, and takes you home.
I'm lumped out, don't feel nothing, wake up to a bunch of cuddly little fucking
Nobody's
Sasquatch
cuddling.
babies, bro. Sasquatch babies, they're playing with kids. They're gonna
This
be
isn't
fucking,
Baby Yoda.
do you want to play? And I'm like, what are you guys eating? They'd be like, fish.
You, actually, you.
I'm like, shit!
Yeah.
Do they eat people though? Because I've heard they're good. Some of them
Dude,
are good.
Sasquatch?
I'm thinking it's a Harry and the Henderson type of deal. You roll up, there's a
I saw another
family.
thing. Okay, so I saw this thing about 4 years ago when I was watching Sasquatch documentaries that said the native people believe that when Sasquatch come through, they come through a portal and there's like this etched on the rock. Well, I watched this Sasquatch documentary, North American Sasquatch documentary last night called Squatchin'. And yeah,
That's
right?
the sickest
Yeah,
name ever.
Squatch apostrophe in Squatchin'.
Yeah.
And on the rock where this guy allegedly, like they went back to a sighting where this guy had seen a Sasquatch, searched the whole area, and Buddy fucking picks up a rock and it's etched in the rock, that circle. And people are saying like that's the symbol for a portal. It's the sign of the portal.
So we just gotta find these rocks.
So they could be, like, and that's what I mean. Remember before I was saying I don't believe everything, but when I hear it from different places, it starts to make sense. So when I saw that a long time ago, I was like, portals. Then I saw it last night, and they're like, this is the spot. Do you see that? And it was the fucking portal carving.
See, now there's a bunch of crazy shit too all over the world where like you go to these old ancient ceremonial places, and that's what they say some of these are, and they're all big rock faces, big, whether it be not for Sasquatch or whatever, right? But they say like it was an interdimensional thing. There was this one I watched in the desert somewhere where it was like a pillar.
They
and
all
a flat
give off.
wall, and they did ceremonies up there, and that's what they say. They say it'd open up and a shaman would come from there, or something would go in there. Like there was an energy that came from there nonetheless, and it was like flat, nothing around. But just this was like a perfect. It was weird. But I strongly believe too. Like, there's certain places in the world where there's like a certain energy that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Ley
like
lines.
Bermuda.
Ley lines.
Yeah, and there's like certain places we haven't been discovered yet that are certain points in this earth that there's an energy that can take you and do certain things. Right? I don't know.
That's why I think we have the Antarctic Treaty, and we have places on this earth that we're not allowed
See,
to
I'm thinking
go.
about it the other day, bro. You know, how tall are these Antarctic walls?
Oh fuck! The ice walls. You can see like. I'll
How
pull
come
up.
no one ever tried to free climb them? People are climbing
Because
Utah.
we have the Antarctic Treaty. Like, no, you cannot go there.
I mean, like YouTubers.
You can't go there. Everything is monitored. It's a complete military state, the Antarctic. There's so many labs and blah, blah, blah there that it's not like you can just roll up in there and be like, okay, I'm going to check this out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why that treaty. And you got to think of all the places in the whole world. Why would they sign a treaty over one place? There's no other place in the world where every place has kept a treaty, where they've all agreed.
The moon.
If that's real, I think the moon's a projection.
I do agree with that, but is it because too it's like the last, untouched place?
I don't think that it's untouched. Hitler was making bases down there in the
I guess,
40s
like
and
you say,
50s.
it's not untouched. Like there is vaults, everything else down there.
Yeah, like to say.
I just mean for like I'm talking like resource wise though. You know, that's what the front could be. I seen your video there you showed the other day. That's what I was saying though. You just think some bastard would try to sneak back there and try to climb that, right?
But look at those ships. Like you got to think about the icebergs. You got to think about the conditions. You need special ships to do that. You're not just gonna jump in a buoy and fucking go out.
No,
into
but I just
glaciers.
mean people are fucked, right? People have money, you know.
They do.
Someone
There's
can
some
do it. It's
people
like that
built-
Sentinel tribe thing, right? That guy brought a Bible and paid that much money just to make it to the beach. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Buddy did the rocket launch last year, right? That flat Earth guy. He built a rocket and was going to launch it. But he launched it from California, which is so many thousands of feet below sea level. By the time the rocket fuel was done, he wouldn't have even exited Earth's atmosphere. The guy's a rocket science propulsionist, but he doesn't understand that he would need to launch it from a higher altitude to reach the altitude he was going for. Give your head a shake.
So I got a cool story, actually. Buddy told me. So where we were on the weekend, a couple weekends ago, there's an old story. The guy used to have a YouTube channel. I don't know what his name was. Hank was actually telling me about him. He was an old World War II, or World War I fighter pilot in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was in the war, he said he seen like a weird ship and some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And after the war, something happened where he got sent back. He moved here and he moved into the woods. He was like a crazy woodsman. And he said that he had contact. Like they connected with him and gave him instructions on how to build these aircraft.
Wow.
And he started a YouTube channel. Hank's seen it, some of the channels. I don't know if it's shut down or whatever. He didn't tell me the name of it. But it was over a couple of years, though, because Hank, his family owns a cabin. Like, his mom owns a cabin back there.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. The guy lived back there for years, and people thought he was fucked because all he did was stay in the woods, and he built these things. And he actually ended up building one. And the government found out about it, and actually it was a big thing because it's such a small area. But they went back there and actually ended up taking something from his garage or house and taking it away. Mm-hmm. But they went in there like, how often they fucking rolling up there? You know what I mean? For anything, even if they don't sand the fucking roads. What the fuck they doing up there?
They send a game warden out to tell you to leave.
And you know, when there's 6 or 7 black SUVs, and they had like a big fucking truck though, because it wasn't a small fucking little thing he was building. He was like, this guy worked on this for years, and he was he's dead now. Yeah. But it's like those stories I fucking love.
The technology.
But how many other stories are there like that are unheard of around the world?
That's right.
Because there was another guy I used to work with, the most hard-ass old school guy I've probably ever met in my fucking life. Didn't believe in ghosts, doesn't believe in fuck all, but he was dead, petrified of fucking aliens. Scared to death of aliens. Scared of aliens. Wow. And didn't believe in really anything, right? So we were sitting there talking one day, and I'm like, what? Like, what made you know, like, because he would never talk about it. He'd be like, I don't really want to talk about it. And then and after about 3 years, the one day we were all shooting the shit about aliens, and he decided to say it. He's like, I fucking dead scared of them. He's like, I don't know what it is, if they're real. He doesn't want to say they're real or whatever, right? He didn't have contact, but he said, like, because they lived back in the country, and he was probably 60, so this is like, they didn't have a fucking vehicle, you know. Him and his dad ended up passing away or whatever, so it was him and his mom. And him and his mom were walking somewhere, and it was in the middle of the night down this fucking dirt road. And I don't know how old he was, but he said this light came over top of him. This light was so bright, and like, the colors, he said there was like a ring of red and different like yellows going around the bottom of this, like circulating in this huge fucking bright light. They said they stopped, like his mom was, it was like a big moment in his life because he said like a single parent and his he was so scared because his mom was crying, like she didn't know what the fuck to do.
Protect them and blah, blah, blah.
And the thing came down, they're in the middle of the road, right? And it came down over top of them in this huge light, and they said it was probably 10, 12 feet over, and it was making that huge, like they said they could fucking feel the noise on their head, right? And all of a sudden this thing fucking takes off. Wow. Like he didn't see anything, but he said that experience, like that genuinely scared that man, and he was like 60-something years old. Like
imagine his mom had a watch and she looked down and realized how much time they just lost.
And it's they were very old school, that kind of note, right? But the stories like that though, and it's like there's no actual proof, right, or evidence, but it's like that shit's crazy because there's supposed to have been an aircraft that crashed in the early 1900s back in I think it's Reedway or something, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Roblin Way or something like that in the field.
Huh.
Same thing.
Did you know there's an Avro Arrow in Point Peter?
There's a couple, isn't there? I've actually went underneath the water.
You don't know what the Avro Arrow is?
Bro.
I'll Google it to get the proper definition, but it's like a crazy plane that we.
While you're bringing that up,
and
bro,
it's sunk?
Yeah, it's like it was something. It was here. Like I said,
did I ever show you that video I took at Point Peter?
Can you go
under
those
and
lights?
see it?
What lights?
Did I know you then, Ryan? I showed you that video, didn't I? Of those lights at Point Peter when we worked at Little Chiefs. So one night I stayed at Point Peter, camped down there, And they used to do that all the time. There's a bunch of us. Weird as fuck, man. So we're walking along, and I end up like need firewood, right? So there's a fire pit like at the end of this pebble beach with a rock out of it. So I grab this firewood, drag it back to the beach to it. And later on, I'm just walking, following the fucking drag mark I did. So I go back to the fire pit, and it's like a rock. There's anchors in it, and there's a bunch of like steel light wire tied to it, and then wrapped around birds. But they're all burnt up. The birds were there. Skeletons all on this rock, and they're all just tied up and left, right? Weird as fuck.
That is weird.
First time, and then they're walking, and then like it could have been an old testing, but people like me and Matt were sitting there and we were having drinks. He was sitting on the cliff, and it was so cool because he was like sitting there playing the guitar. We're looking over the lake, and it was like a shooting star came in. It was like, holy fuck, like, you know, what are the odds? This shooting star came in white, like a star, but then stopped right over the lake and went red, and then did this weird fucking zzz, zzz, like side to side arrow thing, shot up, and then it disappeared, and then all of a sudden 2 came out.
Holy shit.
And then the 2 would fade. Then there'd be 2 parallel to it. And at one point, I think I counted 8 that were fading, and they'd come back and be more. They'd come back and they'd be less. I actually remember, I had a fucking video of it on my BlackBerry, bro, of like the lights, and then like I could pick it up on the.
On my BlackBerry.
That's what I mean. I could pick it up, bro. Yeah, I could pick it up on the quality of a BlackBerry phone, right? Yeah. And you could clearly see it, but it went down and then just disappeared. Then all of a sudden, there's like somebody walking towards the site, and all the other people we were with went for a hike. And we were looking, and they thought it was them. The flashlight's getting closer, and got real close to our one tent. So I'm like, I'm gonna go fucking see if that was someone come back. I'm like, hey, open the tent. Fucking this guy Kale, he was in there drunk, passed out. Never even went for a hike. We never even knew it was there. So I was thinking like, all right. So I kind of woke him up. I'm like, yo, did you just get back? He's like, no, I didn't even go. Like, I was sleeping. Light was gone. Light comes up by that fire pit on the other end of that pebble beach and starts walking. So I call them guys, and I'm like, yo, like, there's someone fucking, be careful, because there's someone out there. And they end up walking back. They're like, we didn't see fuck already, but they all seen those lights too.
Wow.
They're like, they didn't see the guy on the beach. But they came to a weird spot in the woods there. It could have been like easy, like a fucking wrestling thing that got thrown over. But they said they were walking. They're just fucking around in the woods. And all of a sudden they came like a paved clearing, a perfectly paved circle in the bush. It was just overgrown all around it. Like there was no old cracked concrete or anything like that, but there was a perfectly fucking paved circle, not grown up or nothing in the middle of the fucking woods.
You gotta think, there's a lot of people that would be out there.
That's what I mean. And like back in the day, that was a big test.
Who the fuck's going out to the woods to lay down perfectly circular concrete?
It's Point Peter, dude, because it's all water out there. There's people out
he's
there
talking about
all
the
the
light.
time.
Oh.
The lights. Or the flashlight.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the big concrete pad.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's
There's weird shit out in the county like that, bro. Just because it's like old out there, right?
Probably Ogopogo type shit. You ever heard of the Ogopogo?
I used by my grandma's house.
What, the Ogopogo? You know about it?
Long Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma lives there.
Oh, no way.
So, yeah.
That's the Loch Ness Monster of Canada.
Yeah. I remember, man, we drove over there one time. And I don't know if it was a big weed patch or what it was. My uncle was like, oh, there's a Loch Ness Monster. There's Nessie. There goes Nessie.
Yeah, the
But I'm pretty sure it's a
Ogopogo.
big weed patch.
So let's hear about
It
this
looked like
Avro Arrow, and can you go down to it or what?
No.
They're still looking for them.
They don't know if there's
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's like supposedly there's 2 left. I think there's 2 left in Canada and 1 is hidden.
Oh, you brought me
Yeah, that's why when you're drinking that Res coffee, I was like, what is this guy doing?
the Avro Arrow. How many did they do?
I'm gonna tell the story, you guys, but I only got 2 minutes on this camera, so I gotta get a different SD card here.
Thanks, Scotty. Stop.
Yay.
So the Avro Arrow. I'll read the whole thing here. I'm surprised you don't know about this, bro.
No.
You're like, you know so much when it comes to this shit. You blow my mind, kind of, dude.
Yeah.
Even when you drop names and stuff, I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
I better Google this guy. Polites, eh?
Not even that I better Google him. It's when I do Google them, they come up. I didn't even Google that. I Googled missing 411. The first guy to come up was that guy. Well, he was the second, but
Bro, like, I live this.
I know. I'm learning that.
Yeah. It's not like all
no,
aspects.
this is your hobby.
Yeah.
Like you're into like weird shit.
Weird.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If there's fringe,
Well,
and
not
it
weird
makes you
shit,
go,
but you have your certain like.
if it makes you go, holy
It's the
fuck.
like not real but real shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's fucking real.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's the shit you're into, right?
Yep.
Like and like the unexplained shit.
Yep.
Like you'd be great to host your own unsolved mysteries.
Oh, fuck. Robert Stack.
You know what I mean, though, bro?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab an SD card.
Yeah, so go on to I Believe in Bigfoot on Facebook, or take the red pill, you'll be able to see any of these crazy shits I talk about. I'm trying to find the Melinda or the friggin' heads things to the shoulders so I can show you guys that they're actually men and women. But we'll see. Oh, you guys see this crazy right-wing Trump thing that they posted today again? Like, I'm not a Trumper or a non-Trumper, but these people just will not let this die. So they posted, the internet connection here sucks. So this James Thompson guy.
Going on with it, dude. My phone won't even connect to it. It's fucking weird.
This guy's saying he got some information from his cousin. It's saying there's too much to really read, but there's a lot. They're trying to say Trump's still gonna win, blah blah blah. Good luck. Good luck. A bunch of righties, bunch of lefties.
Yeah, like what I don't understand. Okay, did he get impeached?
I don't know, for the second time. That's what they're saying.
No,
If they impeached him a second time, then why was he still in there to be impeached again? Like, I thought once.
No. Didn't he just get impeached?
Yeah, but they were allegedly impeached him a long time ago. Because when you read all the articles, it's like first ever president to be impeached 2 times or twice. It's like what?
Yeah. Well, I thought he was getting impeached the first time, but yeah, I don't know. So I mean, politics are like I don't understand it enough, man. And I get way too into shit,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't like actually get into politics because in 3 years you'll see me trying to run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking like fucking
Too deep into it.
ridiculous. Yeah, I'll be thinking I can change the world or some shit.
Oh.
We can change the world, but we need a lot of people to take suit and follow. The fucking, how many people are gonna sit in their houses for 28 days? Like, how many people are gonna sit and just watch this? If we just stood up at the very start and been like, no, there's no cases, you're not locking us down, we would never be to this point. But we're so complacent that we just keep letting it happen.
Well, I think it's like you said though. People are fucking scared, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why, but people are scared.
They'd rather deny the factual numbers than just believe the hysteria.
Well, and the craziest thing about all of this, man, unfortunately, I'm not saying like I'm like ready for this, bruh, but it's like people are soft. They expect too much, man.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like you don't understand, like now people understand that the grocery store can close.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you might not get your fucking almond milk.
Eat
Yeah.
fucking wiener water soup.
Arsenic.
You best be fucking happy with it.
Do you know what I mean though? Like that's the fucking.
People are getting for reality check if they're just eating fucking poached eggs
No,
and
but
eggs
it's not even
Benny.
that. It's the fact that we're way too complacent as fucking humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like
We're too comfortable.
Just keep letting them take and take and take until we have absolutely nothing left, and then there's military
know
rolling
what's the
down the
sad part,
street.
bro?
yeah, the fact that they can be food shortages and people are worried about it is the problem right there.
Well, and I think the biggest thing is
Oh.
it's like
Let's just
it's one of those things where
Fuck
the food
COVID.
is short, but at the end of the day, it comforts people that they can still go get a coffee after. I think the big reality will be when like Tim Hortons and Starbucks closes. So, like when they're bummed out about it, they can't get their groceries, they're going
The
to the drive-thru.
convenience, when things stop
Yeah.
being convenient,
Yeah.
then it'll set in.
Yeah.
But
You
they
go-
it's not convenient right now. Anyways,
they're taking
Avro fucking mother Arrow.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so the Avro Canada CF-105 Arrow, the Arrow, was a supersonic interceptor jet aircraft designed and built in the 1950s by Avro Canada. Avro.
Mm-hmm.
The Arrow was one of the most advanced aircrafts of its era, helping to establish Canada as the world leader in scientific research and development.
Wow.
So
So does it say there that one might have
Hold
went
on,
down?
I'm not finished yet. Though Arrow was widely praised for its power and beauty, the program was canceled in February 1959 by the government of Prime Minister John Diefenbaker. This resulted in the loss of at least 25,000 direct and indirect jobs.
Wow.
Many believe the cancellation was a betrayal of Canada's aerospace industry. Others assert that the jet was extravagant and had little chance of competing with impending innovations. At best, Avro and the Arrow were historic examples of Canada's ingenuity and intriguing case studies of unrealized potential. So, oh shit! It was designed to attack and fucking take out enemy bombers.
Mm-hmm.
It was for the
So where's the Point Peter thing
the
come into
Second
play?
World War?
That's where they're testing.
That okay?
Oh,
So
okay.
as I've been growing up as a kid, apparently, so you know the county has the fucking
Air base on the corner there.
yeah, Mountain View or
Yep.
whatever it's called.
Yep.
So that's like one of the bigger. That's like one of our bigger
Privatized
things. Yeah,
yeah.
when they were taking all this shit over to Afghanistan and all that kind of stuff, like back in 9/11 days.
Yeah.
All the tests shit was over there.
Okay.
They put in all these different sand runways and all these crazy runways to test where they were going to be landing and all that shit.
Oh.
So it's like a pretty big place. So Point Peter was, I feel like I should Google it because it might come up. I don't know if it will come up because I think it's like underground secret kind of shit, but it should come up somewhere.
Point
So
Peter
they
was a
can't
test-
buy your-
Point
if you
Peter
want.
was like a testing facility or some secret kind of like
There's so many weird rumors.
underground fucking thing. Like
I heard they had a weird underground gateway going to Lake
there
Ontario.
is an underground. It is underground
There's an
because my
underground thing that comes
homie's
up.
been under there.
Oh really?
That's
There
crazy.
is something under there,
Oh,
and
wow.
when you go under there, it's like look forward. Don't you're not allowed to look ahead, like you know what I mean. You can't be like no questions,
Oh crazy.
he worked
And
for a
that's in
water.
Picton.
It's out in the county. Yeah, he worked for a
Wow.
water filtration company, and he went into they were having water issues, so we had to go in and fix their water. So that's how he got in. But he's like, bro, it was like two dudes stood on each side of me. We walked down like 3-4 hallways. They were like, keep your head down, like look, walk straight ahead. They took me down, right downstairs, right to a closet. Shut the fucking door. Stood outside the door. I fixed what I fixed. They took me out. He's like, I wasn't allowed to
And
go to the
that's how
bathroom.
easy
I wasn't
you know
allowed to
that
fucking.
things are compartmentalized with space and with anything.
yeah.
That's in Picton,
Yeah.
right? So imagine a NASA building.
Trenton's like that. There's so many layers to Trenton too. I think.
Well, yeah, it's
Trenton's
the
like a
biggest
deep
base in
yeah.
North America,
But
isn't
there's
it?
so much
No,
underground.
but Canada. It's
In Canada,
Yeah,
is it the
There's
biggest
like
military
so
base?
big underground.
I think it's our big. It's our big.
What? All those planes are underground?
No, like their testing facilities. Like you see what's up top, like it's a big air base, but there's
There's
like
a lot.
you go like 'cause when I was doing the fencing, even small shit like that, same thing. Don't even you'd be building an outbuilding, or like don't you got to work with your back towards the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like
Yeah,
that goes
we
down
see
to
you
another-
fucking
There's like
standing around gawking.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I don't
fucking.
know how many fucking I can't remember the levels to
Terrorists
that thing,
getting
but there's like
information.
Yeah.
there's like levels, and there's like a bomb testing, like a bomb facility. Like there's like actually like missile, like there's like
Wow.
a lot of underground stuff.
I never
like,
heard about that shit.
Yeah. No, same thing because it's like super, like it's not really, but it's a fucking huge place. You just does it look up from the top. You're like, fuck, that's a pretty, the mass of the airports. But they say it's bigger underground than it is up top, right? So it's like, fuck.
I worked the air shows a couple times, but they never took me down to the fucking.
You ever go to the old aircraft museum there? I love
Yeah,
that place.
my
It's $10
my old radio teacher Steve is the guy there now,
Okay.
the head coordinator.
I go
of
there.
the
Well, before COVID, I go there.
RCAF museum.
Go there and browse around. There's some cool planes and stuff in there. Really cool. I love museums. Love them.
Mm-hmm.
Went to one once.
Once went to this one museum one time.
It was in school. I only been to Ottawa once, bro, and it was in school.
Oh my goodness, get out.
I've been to Toronto a lot.
Huh?
Must be better on the west side.
Just fuck all in Ottawa. Bad weather.
The canal. I want to skate the
Swarmers.
canal and eat fucking beaver tails and be hip and bougie.
You don't want to skate the canal. It's cold and.
I love skating. Fuck
Yeah, when
going
it's
up there and
minus
skating.
20 here, it's minus 43 there.
Yeah, it's fuck it.
I remember the one time I went and skated the canal when I was a kid, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's so much fun!" And we show up and fucking, I couldn't even skate. Really, I could never
That's why I
skate.
was-
I can't
Your
stop.
ankles were on fire, just burning.
Well, it's fine. You don't have to stop because it's just forever.
Yeah,
you
I
just
can't
go
stop.
forever.
There's
The only
no
time you
going
gotta stop
sideways.
is when you hit the beaver tail fucking thing. But it is a thing. It's like you have to get a beaver tail and skate the canal. It's so fucking
I've
Canadian.
never done it. I'm not even Canadian. I've
Me
skated
either.
the bay. You
Yeah,
skate across the bay, you're Canadian if you make it. That'd be fun though. Be hip, eh? Throw on some fucking
Ideas of fun.
yeah.
Different perspectives.
So
Put
what
on
do you
some earmuffs.
what do you guys think we should do for episodes? Should we do like a question where you guys send us in some questions and we answer them, or
That'd be
should we
pretty
do like full on episodes like, or maybe like an hour of kind of shooting the shit and then like an hour of like we could like
focus in on a specific thing, like talk about just about Sasquatch, or we could talk about like certain like weird, like Operation Paperclip, or like certain kind of like conspiracy theories, but like dial into them a little deeper and like stick on one thing and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
focus.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
get a little bit
I
like
think
into the fucking things, you know?
Yeah, each come with like a little bit of info on
Yeah,
it, not
yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of just wing what
Like
we've-
our opinions on shit, more so you teaching us shit. Like you can still rant, do your thing, and then while we're in here, we'll just like specifically like look at like one topic or whatever, or like
just keep it interesting. I find that people's attention spans these days, especially myself, I don't have like a long attention span, so when we stay on track for one thing for so long, I'm like, oh, is he gonna?
But are you I find it takes a certain type of person that watches a podcast. Like most people that watch podcasts, like I know like Yeti and I, because I never ever watch podcasts. No.
I listened to the Higher Side chats for the last 5 years, 10 years.
I literally,
but it's not a visual like us. You can't look and see who you're
Yep.
talking to. This one you kind of integrate the best of both.
Yep.
You got some crazy conspiracy shit. You're looking at the people talking to you,
Yep.
so it's not just kind of like, what's he looking
What's
like
he
while
look
he's
like?
saying
Yep,
this?
100%.
You know, is he like?
Well, you don't get the fucking expression. It's like, or the emotion. It's like Facebook and social media. You can't feel how
No.
someone says something.
Yeah,
right?
and where this is real. This
Yeah.
is just the boys talking,
Yeah.
being boys.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Drinking their Hortons.
No, and like we started working over here more, and like with Yeti and I, and he would put on podcasts, and we just like instead of listening to music all day, we just listen to podcasts.
Yeah, and that's how I get tons of my information. That's why sometimes I've heard lots of things, but they just sound crazy because I've heard them in a podcast with 3,000 other things, and that's the one thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, that's why I thought it'd be cool for people, like, if we actually dug a little deeper into specific things. Because I love this shit. This is rad. But we do jump
Skim
and then
it
go
and
back.
then go-
and,
yeah.
right? Where if we get a little bit, we'll learn some shit, more shit.
It's like oh, look at the steep. Look at the steep.
Little dread in the coffee.
Luckily,
dreads.
somehow they didn't
Didn't
get
even
wet.
get wet. They're waterproof now, bro.
Yeah,
They repel
They
water.
probably just absorbed half your coffee.
It's like wet up here. The water's up here. The dread's dry and it's all like dripping
Right
out
to
of
the
it.
room.
I gotta cut these things for that purpose, bro. It's fucked up.
Cut them like little yachty length.
I'm gonna like this.
You cut your dreads is like me getting rid of my face tats. You're the
I'm
dread
not
guy.
cutting them off. I'm just gonna cut them back.
No, you won't.
They'll grow
You
back.
took so long to
Beat
get
'em.
that.
Beat
Just
'em.
tie them up properly all the time. Quit wearing hats.
No.
You fake Rasta.
Then I look like a fucking
Pull
homo.
the one up, and then just wrap it around all the other ones like Erica Badu.
I don't like that,
Tie a
bro.
sheet over
Because
it.
I have like a fucking 8 head.
Oh,
See how big my forehead is?
That shit's receding back
Bro,
from the fucking
yeah, but
Arctic.
yours-
Let's
kinda-
not talk about Vampire Peak.
But you put tattoos in.
Yeah, you could too. We could do a big old Brandon Storm.
Are you going back?
Mags might get a little pissed, bro.
That's a big piece.
I was thinking about getting
Look at this.
1985.
That's a hairline.
Like
That's
one,
heavy.
19 and then 85 just to fill those spaces.
Do it.
I know I want to.
Do it.
I got a luscious
You're like
hairline.
so full already. Just fucking get it done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that looks sick.
No.
I wish I could do that.
No.
Corn, baby. Corn, baby.
Coming undone. I always make corn jokes about the dreads too. Fuck.
Hanging out at BSE back
Well,
in the
last
day.
time you cut your dreads, you looked like Diane Antwoord, though. Whatever the fuck you did with your
But I
hair.
didn't cut. I just shaved all my
Yeah.
under shit.
Yeah,
Bro, why you gotta hate on Dan Antwoord?
I was
I
hitting on
don't.
your
Did you
hair.
never hear about the conspiracy about those guys?
What?
Oh,
You haven't?
There's one.
No.
There, just wait. Is it something to do with them and time or some shit?
Or is it that
No.
they're
I just
fake?
had a hunt.
And
No,
they're
they
actually-
they got that young 16-year-old girl to come perform with them, and then Buddy ended up having sex with her a bunch of times underage. Yeah.
The girl he raps with?
No, she's fucking weird. Yolandi
I think
Fossa
that's
or whatever.
his wife, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, the young girl. They had this young girl, and she wrote a track. I can't believe you guys don't know about
No,
that.
I didn't know about
There's
this.
like this Asian guy on YouTube
I don't
that made
like
like a
Diane
15-part series about it. And like he had all the emails back and forth where he was saying he loved having sex with her because it reminded him of his own daughter and shit. Yeah, bro. Like it is some seriously weird stuff.
That's fucked
So
up.
this girl made like this diss track that went viral. Then they fucking tried to sue her, and Yolandi made all these videos saying the little girl was a hoe and he never slept with her. And there's
Then how's she a hoe, Yolanda?
What
Yeah.
in the hell?
There's some deep conspiracy stuff on that, man. Just go on to YouTube and type in whatever what do they call it? Diantward conspiracy. And you'll see that good-looking Chinese guy with the purple hair. He makes all the videos about it. I'm telling you, you guys should check those videos out. They are pretty serious.
Go to YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, and then just type in like Diantward friggin' conspiracy.
Man, you knew something was up with them though, because they're weird.
Oh yeah, dude. And there's like that little boy in their videos. That's not actually their son. They adopted that kid because he looks so fucked up that it adds to their persona and shit. Like, it's wild, bro. It's wild.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Say that again, what you just said?
What? That little boy wasn't their son, or the Diantward?
Yeah.
What, the little boy part?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that crazy boy in their videos that has like
I've
the
never
fucked
seen
up
him.
teeth and like the weird shaped head.
I've never even seen it.
You've never seen their music videos? He's in every single one. He looks like a little inbred mutant.
Yeah,
kid.
he's like a weird.
And they say that that's their kid, but really they just adopted him because he looks fucked up and it plays into their aesthetic.
See,
Yeah,
that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, they've been exposed on
Is-
all this shit.
Is for
Him
you.
having sex
Is for
with
you
young
to say
girls
that that they were frauds.
Yeah,
Not that they were in fucking sex scandals and shit.
yeah, straight up. And they're like telling that girl that she reminded him, and he was telling Yolandi he never slept with her. And it's crazy, dude. That conspiracy was like literally a 12-part video from this guy.
The guy that
And
made
it
it.
goes deep into like the emails and like the him saying he brought her on a tour one time and like said he was gonna let her perform and then didn't and ended up fucking her a whole bunch of times. And,
This one?
is it that's the girl? That's the girl he did it to. Yeah, 16-year-old
Doesn't-
girl.
doesn't he look like such a
and then
loser
painted the
fucking
whole
weirdo
thing
in
to
that
sound
picture?
like she initiated it with him when he messaged her out of the blue.
Let's
And, like-
see. What parenting?
Is it the Chinese, like that good-looking Chinese dude?
This is so fucked up, man.
Bro, I know every angle of conspiracy. Yeah, that's it. Edwin's generation. This is the guy.
And welcome back to my channel.
He doesn't even look
Now, if you're
Asian.
Following the story, get ready because I've got.
Bro,
blonde
he's
hair.
not even
And if you're
Asian.
not
Does he look
familiar with
Asian to
it,
you?
Don't worry about
He's
it.
got
I'm
blonde
leaving
hair.
it
He's
for some
it's
reason.
probably
Actually,
he's
we're on
got
speed.
he's got dark
It's
eyebrows,
purple
so
and
his
blue
hair
and
is
green.
definitely blonde. Or
He
dyed.
does hair a lot, eh?
So yeah, long story
Let's go over
short.
the main points of the story so far, shall we? Back in March, Johnny released an album
Johnny,
which
that's the
included
girl.
a diss track directed at Ninja and Yolandi. The diss track was called The Question, and it shared some terrible experiences that Johnny claimed to have with Ninja. A few days after the album was released, she received a cease and desist letter demanding that she take down the song within 48 hours.
What the fucking
Otherwise,
guy?
the
Of course
group
he's
would take
fucked
all
up.
appropriate actions against her to enforce their rights. On that same day, Yolandi made 2 Instagram posts about Johnny, calling her a fangirl, a clout chaser, a liar, and a crazy person. And instead of taking down the song, Johnny decided to produce a music video for the song, showing lots of text messages and screenshots backing up the lyrical content of the track. In her song and music video, Johnny claims that Ninja picked her because she looked like his daughter. Ninja emailed a private photo of Johnny to his co-star while on the set of Chappie. Yolandi contacted Johnny via Instagram after Ninja showed Yolandi Johnny's Tumblr blog. Ninja trafficked Johnny to South Africa, and during their stay, Ninja took Johnny to an isolated location where they took magic mushrooms. Ninja became manic, ranting about Jesus and his last incarnation on Earth. They went back to where they were staying, and Ninja began
Right?
speaking in tongues. Then they had a
Speaking in
Ninja began to
tongues.
growl like a demon and strangle Johnny, and eventually
Hear
climaxed
that?
inside of her after having told her he would never do that. Johnny also pointed out how, after they were no longer in touch, she was flown to New York to model for Cara Delevingne, then hung out with 2 of her best
He
friends.
strangled
before
her
heading back to
talking like a
Australia.
demon and
2 weeks
busted
after that
inside her.
happened, Ninja proposed
Okay,
to
he
her
did
friend.
say that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Tongue.
maybe I'm
No,
hearing
no,
shit.
no.
Did he was
Before-
talking in tongues.
Something about
then
something
started
about
growling
saying
like
he
a
was the
demon.
Antichrist, like just
And
before.
just busted a nut.
He had
Inside her.
They got high on mushrooms.
Yeah.
He said he was the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Started choking her, busted a nut
In her.
while he was talking in tongues.
And strangling
I
her.
thought that was in the video.
Yeah,
but
I
there's
said
a lot,
choke.
There's
I
a
said
lot
choke.
going
I
in.
said
There's
choke.
a lot
Busted
going in.
nut.
It was like,
Talking in tongues. That's some heavy shit,
Right?
bro. And I love this. What's the text say? All our tracks are so hugely fucking personal, and we keep getting better and better because we keep getting more and more personal. And at any given point, I'll be interested in one particular song. Some songs flow super easy, others take time. Like Enter the Ninja took fucking long. Rich bitch super quick. I think you freaky, fucking long. What the hell is that? Like,
that's Diantward slang.
That's him sending
Being
emails
weird.
to her.
You ever see his fucking weirdness in
This made
movies?
Johnny feel like she was going crazy because she
feel like I'm going fucking crazy just listening to this,
Right?
bro. I don't even.
Actively in touch with Ninja at the time. I also received an email from one of my subscribers showing a screenshot from the music video Ugly Boy, showing Johnny's dancer friends wearing outfits that say witch, and then definitely a weird coincidence, right? So after Johnny's music video, DA posted several videos across their Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channels sharing their version of events.
Let me tell you a little story about a girl I once met called Johnny.
The South African group have called Johnny
tell
an
he's lying.
escort
You
that
wanna
just
look
wants
at the
more
camera.
money.
Yeah.
Johnny
Oh, dude,
messaged
they
Ninja
have a
on
guy
Instagram,
break it
and
down
that's how
later.
Ninja found
Yeah.
her.
They
When
break
Ninja
down
picked
his
Johnny up
actual
from the
actions.
airport, he was shocked
Yeah, you
and
can
said,
tell
"This
as
is
soon
not
as
what I
you,
ordered
soon
off
as
the
like you
menu."
can tell right
They
now.
stayed at a fancy resort, drank champagne, took selfies in their birthday suits, slept together, and saw.
Yeah, it's fucked up shit, bro.
Yeah. So, like, what's that called again? Edwin's what?
Oh, Edwin's Generation.
Edwin's
Sorry, I was like,
Generation.
what? What's what
So,
called?
yeah,
Yeah,
like, if
the
you guys
channel,
wanna
the
check
YouTube
that out.
channel is Edwin's
Because
Generation.
I used to like Diane Ward. They were quirky. They had
I
some
never
cool
liked the
stuff.
Diane Ward. They're fucking weird.
They are weird, but
They
that's
do
why
shit
I
like
like them.
that.
The
No,
music was kind of cool.
seen it from day one.
thought.
It wasn't even cool, bro.
You know what's the worst part, man?
That's fucked up. That makes me.
And that's
fucking-
nothing. That's just the. That's literally. The
That's what.
icing
That's
of
what
the
they've
cake.
got caught
That was
on.
2
No,
minutes.
dude. There's 13 parts. There's
That was
parts
yeah.
with him
That
like.
was 2 minutes of one video.
Yeah, like they make videos online about him saying he never raped her and never had sex with her, and then there's people like their record producers intervene and like try to kick him off the label for this, and like it's crazy.
Oh, so that's why they kind of got ghosted, eh? And they were like,
That's why they're not around anymore because of this young girl, and her song that she made went viral because it was literally talking about him busting inside a minor and talking in tongues and.
that's
You
fucked.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
dog.
people we look up to, the music we like, it's just you think is quirky.
That's why they say never meet the fucking celebrities, right? Like
Yeah.
don't meet the people that you.
Look up to.
Yeah.
I've never been looking up to Diane Ward ever in my fucking life.
Bro, oh, I remember when I met you. You were coming along singing fucking "I'm a ninja, butterfly." However that song goes. Remember that?
No.
I'm a ninja, go butterfly, la 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 la. Whatever. However that.
The only
fucking-
closest thing I've said to that is like, if you see me, then you know. This is me, Tokyo. That's the only
That's
closest
not
thing I've ever
even that
sang.
song. That's a good song.
Yeah,
too,
but
bro.
I've never been singing Diane Ward. Fuck
Fast and
Diane Ward.
Furious.
They were in a movie. What was it?
Drift.
Chappie.
Drift.
Yeah, that's what
Fast
he was
and
just talking about right
Furious.
there in the thing. They were saying that on the site of Chappie, he flew her to
Well, fuck
Africa
that.
and
Don't watch
shit.
Chappie. It's a good movie, but
Well, it was kind of weird.
Chappie.
I wouldn't even.
I love
know
Chappie.
anything about it.
You like that movie?
Yeah. So bring up a picture of this deformed fucking baby they have then.
No. Well, that's like their crew.
Well, I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to
They
see the
ended up.
crew.
They ended
Like,
up.
watch this when you go home tonight.
Yeah,
watch the
watch
whole
the
song.
whole
Just
thing.
throw a quick little picture up of this kid.
Well, you know what? We'll watch this when we go back and trim at the shop.
yeah, but I just want to see what the baby looks like for the people.
You'll know,
They don't
bro. He
get to
looks like the
see.
fucking guy from the Goonies.
Yeah,
gonna
he
Google
does.
His teeth are all like.
There you go. You got a phone.
Let me Google this kid.
Because I don't even know. You're
I
gonna
don't know
have
what
to.
his name is.
He's in that one video.
He's in all of them. He's a weird little demon-looking kid in most of the videos.
Well, I don't think he's in their new shit because, like you said, he didn't come around until
They brought
later,
him back
right?
down.
Yeah. No, I don't think he came around until like their second or third album. Because their first album they did, I think it was just the two of
Is it a
them.
boy or a girl?
I don't know.
That's her?
No.
No,
That's
he's
it.
in
That
this.
doesn't
I
even
think
look
he's
bad
in.
at all.
Oh no, he's not in this video.
No, you can't even see pictures of him on Google when you type it in. There's the girl there. There's Johnny.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. There you go.
I think he might be in this video.
Used to like this song, man. I thought this was good.
Why do people listen to this kind of shit? Like, this is such a bad message. I'm sounding like an old man right now.
People listen to this shit and try to run over the Capitol. You know?
Hey, Lefty.
Are they did they dismember all them at the Capitol?
That's
Are
the
they
kid.
done?
Oh yeah, did you not see the thing? What
That's the
happened?
kid right
No.
there.
People were trying to fly back on their planes after getting
Howard.
and getting stopped at the fucking place. The one guy got stopped at the airport and had the fucking a backpack full of Nancy Pelosi's laptops. What?
People-
Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
They weren't the smartest crowd.
They're trying to fly home after doing
Yeah.
all this stuff, and they're on no fly list. So the
Yeah.
fucking agencies are just waiting for them there.
They get
It
off the
shows
plane.
people being carried out, like carried out, screaming, carried out by their legs and arms. But he had like the whole bag full of Nancy Pelosi's laptops and cell phones.
They're not the brightest.
He had
yeah.
fucking photographs of her vacation. Yeah, he stole like her pictures of her family's vacation. Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff.
That's crazy, bro. That is so crazy.
That QAnon guy got arrested.
Did he?
Yeah.
What, the hair
Yeah.
horned guy?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him anywhere. I didn't see that.
See, it's so funny because I don't know anything about that either. And I was watching Tim Dillon, and he was going on about the QAnon.
And the QAnon again, that's just another crazy friggin'
There's a bunch
people.
of cops that got arrested, I think, too.
Really?
Yeah, like Washington, like Capitol Police, whatever the fuck they're called. There was some of those, and I think there was maybe an FBI guy arrested too.
For what?
Allowing it to happen.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna allow it to happen, but did you see?
It sounds like a cover up, though. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
like
of
they're
course.
saving
They
their
had
ass.
nobody
But
there
they're
to cover the grounds.
They're saving their ass,
Yeah.
right? Like that's what they're doing.
They had absolutely no.
In the one video, you see the Capitol guys like stand there. There's people in the doorway, and he's standing there, he has a gun, and like all of a sudden he just turns around and runs, starts running up to the stairs, grabs his baton, and no one's even at him yet. Turns around, just starts running up the stairs again to the top flight. It's like weird as fuck.
That's insane, though, dude.
That's pretty litty that day.
It's
There's supposed to be another big thing happening on the 20th. All 50 states.
like a big
Like
protest.
an armed protest. Like crazy shit.
Well, the thing I was going to
Oh,
say
for
earlier,
real?
but you were talking about the arrow, is if you're into astrology, this is supposed to be like the first day Uranus is in our whatever, and it's supposed to create mass calamity and mass fight back or whatever you want to call that. So there's supposed to be like some big shit playing out astrologically.
Well, I believe that stuff. I do. Type it in. Type January 20th. I don't know.
When you're looking at, right?
Something happened.
Are you picking me up?
The podcast stopped a long time ago.
I don't know. Apparently this stopped, but I don't know
When?
why or when. Why? What? Oh, it's just stopped right there for some reason. QAnon guy got arrested.
Okay, well then,
Thank
end it.
God.
It's been over 2 hours.
Oh,
It's been
I was
over.
gonna say, can you imagine we only got like 20 minutes
That's what I
of
was
we covered
thinking.
it right
It's like
there.
we're
Like,
gonna have
oh.
to redo that whole cast.
Talking to your mic.
Yes.
For some fucking reason, I don't know what happened. If the something.
Picking me up?
My mic didn't
Oh,
pick up.
that's how I'm an idiot. And
You
I
unplugged
I
something?
unplugged the wrong fucking thing.
Was it just?
We're having some technical difficulties.
No, that's my fault. I'm sorry. That was a dumbass fucking move. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. We've been at this forever.
All right, now talk. Yeah, okay. We're back in.
Picking me up, boy?
Yeah, I'm picking you up, boy.
All right. Well,
Forever, please.
no, I fucked up, man. Jesus, I'm sorry. I don't know why I unplugged. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, like always, dudes and dudettes, thank you for watching and listening to us fucking ramble about craziness for a couple hours.
These times, days in our lives,
We-
as the world turns.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Be safe in these next 28 days locked in your house.
Yep. Be safe from 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. when you're wandering around.
Yeah, we know it's tough, guys. Try and stay sane. Just fucking don't let them win. That's the thing, right? Like, they're trying to shut us down right now, and you can't, don't let your brain shut down. You gotta be mentally strong, dogs.
That's right. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for your friends. Stand up for your family.
Fuck yeah, man.
Stand up for your neighbors.
Yeah.
There's too much hate and divide and separation already. We need to stand up for each other.
Yeah. The time now is for everybody to love everybody and for shit
Help each other
to
out.
stay positive. Yeah. Try and help thy neighbor instead of fucking ratting them out. If they have family, it's probably for a reason.
Help thy neighbor, don't fuck thee neighbor.
It's not you versus me. It's us versus them.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Your neighbor's not locking you down, the fucking government is. And your neighbor's not helping you or stopping you from going to work, the fucking government is. So we gotta try and stay sane, stay safe, stay positive during all this BS, and hopefully we come through.
Later, guys.
Later.
Thank you guys. Peace.